everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. As you can see, the queen is back there supervising everything. She had her royal breakfast and her royal lunch, and now she's just relaxing. Ain't you, bugger? Hi, baby. She's back there just watching me. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I've been keeping an eye on Chantal. I saw what she did last night. She was having a B moment of glory, and it hasn't stopped because she just posted a mukbang video on YouTube literally just seconds ago where she was trying out a new pickle menu, as if she needs to try out a new pickle menu. So yeah, I won't be reacting to that. We know who that kind of content is for, and I'm not here for it. I am not here for her addiction, self-harm content. I'm just here to react to regular content. So that's what's going on. So there's a lot of things I could react to, but what are we reacting to today? Well, we got some Twitter peeps to go over. Also, there's been a few times in the past when Foodie has tried to react back to the reactors, and she sucks at it. She sucks real bad. It's hilarious how bad she is. So I thought we'd react to her reaction to FFG because she was trying to burn FFG and it just wasn't working. I also want to show you guys some interesting things I'm working on for the channel. You know, I just like to do different things, show different things to you guys. So I have a subscription to Canva, and there are different tools you can use on there. One of them is you can take a photo and turn that into a 5-second video. So I thought I would do that with some videos that I have, pictures that I had of me and the queen, and also of the channel logo, and see what Canva could do with it. Would you guys like to see like the 5-second clips? They're really short, like 5 seconds. I'm just like, Canva, what can you do for me? Can you do something creative, something I can make into a video? You know, like your creativity inspiring mine. Would you guys like to see what Canva came up with? She's so predictable. She talked about that dang pickle menu for a week. Well, you know why she was talking about it for a week? She wanted someone to pay for her to eat there. What did baby boogers look like? Would you like to see? Let me show you. So here's the first clip. So that was the baby boogers in the first clip, but there's more. There's just a couple more. So here's the second one of me and the queen. Oh, baby. And here's the third one. I'm just enjoying Canva. I'm going to have fun playing around with Canva, doing all kinds of cool stuff with that. But y'all aren't here for those little videos. You're here for the Twitter peeps and the retro react, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. So are y'all ready to get into the Twitter peeps? Because we got the retro react to do as well. Yes, we do. How about we just jump into it and get into it? It's time for the Twitter peeps. Okay, it is time for the Twitter peeps. Let me just go ahead and pull those up. And I'm not where I need to be, and I'm so glad I check each and every time. So, all right. So, all of my Twitter peeps that are on Twitter, you know where to find me, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, I wish you could be there, but I understand if you don't want to go there. But that's why I do the peeps, so you guys can see all the stuff going on Twitter without having to make an account and check out things yourself. So, first post is from a Rumble in my bottom saying, may I remind us of the truth. This is the real Chantal. I mean, she's still got the skin smoothing filter on, obviously. But that is more real to what she really looks like. But that's more genuine to her original appearance. That's the real Foodie. Not the contoured face Foodie that she tries to portray on camera. This is the real person. And why am I showing this picture? You'll see in a second. It has to do with this, courtesy of Val Gal, saying we ask the same thing all the time. We don't know her. So this is the community post that she just put up. That's supposed to be her. That is her after all the filters get done with her. But she posted this picture saying, who's this? I don't know. Who is that? Who is that? Do we know this person? Have we seen her before? Does anybody know her name? I can't recall seeing this individual. Have you? I react to somebody else, but even though they look slightly similar, I don't think it's the same person. We've been bamboozled. Yeah, who that? Who is that? We don't know that person with her red lipstick and her little iPhone. Get out of here. We don't know you. You're an imposter, ma'am. Doc Remy LeBeau says, wow, more bee eating for cash. I can get us a bit sped up version of this in a little bit so we can all get sick and laugh. So, Miss I cares so much about my health. And this is what she's doing on her channel. This is the kind of content that she's doing on YouTube. I don't know why YouTube is allowing this. They know about her eating issue. I don't know why they're okay with it. They're okay with her doing this kind of content. And yet we reactors, when we are reacting to Foodie, we're not doing this self-harm content. We have to use ridiculous code words. Ain't that something? We're going to use all kinds of code words to talk about the content that they allow on their platform. So explain that, YouTube. Explain why I have to use code words and yet she's straight up doing self-harm content and you're okay with it. Kelly says, so when Foodie Beauty says she's busy, this is what she's doing. Yeah, she's making... Foodie. You know what this is giving, guys? This is giving 1980s glamour shots. It's giving glamour shots vibes, is it not? You know how the glamour shot pictures where they had the soft, fuzzy lighting, the soft, dreamy lighting, like Harlequin romance lighting. It's giving that. It's giving glamour shots. It is giving glamour shots. Like, look at that background. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's giving glamour shots. Old school retro vibes. Okay, hold on to your hats, y'all. This is not about Foodie. This is about Quirky Love Rosie. Oh, silly, it's Lily says, freaking disgusting. And how is this out of context? Who is making her or blackmailing her? This whole thing gives me the ick. Kristen says, yep, Quirky Love Rosie wanted to make a Beauty and the Beast her next children's movie parody corn. So for those that don't know, Quirky Love Rosie, she did some adult content. And some of her adult content, she was, how do I say, what's the correct word? Have you guys seen the movie Matilda? Kind of a childhood movie. She was playing the part of Matilda and she was doing feeder corn, eating a chocolate cake. So now there's this screenshot of her saying that she wanted to play another childhood character from Beauty and the Beast. So let's look at the screenshot. Okay, and then she says, dude, I'm talking to so-and-so, and he said, we should do the kitchen scene of Beauty and the Beast, and someone else plays the candle. And to be honest, I'm like so hyped up about this idea because we could morph it into awesome concept because Belle is my favorite princess. He has some amazing ideas and I'm so into making it happen, like sometime in 2023, even if it's later in the year. It says, thank you. And yes, I'd love to do that with you. It's also my dream to cosplay the yellow dress scene so I can pay to get that custom outfit for myself. So what is it with Rosie? Like, if you want to do adult corn, okay, but why do you want to play childhood characters? Isn't that a bit creepy to satire, I guess, childhood movies or childhood characters in childhood movies? That's kind of gross, like doing that. Yeah, no. Like, if you want to do adult content, I got nothing to say about it if you do it in the right place. I'm not going to yuck your yum if you choose to do that. I mean, how could I? I'm in the adult industry. But playing childhood characters, that's interesting, I guess. All right, let's move on back to Foodie. Loop Boop says, girl, come on now. So there's Foodie pretending to be somebody else. And there's the real Chantal. That's the real Foodie. There's the pretend Foodie. And then there's the real one. Definitely different than the picture, that's for sure. Wonder Mom says, one more bite closer to the stroke, heart attack, and the end, cheered on by her supporters. Foodie Beauty is really living the life she deserves. My opinion, I think her feeders see how sick she is and they are speed running her as fast as they can to the nearest hospital or the nearest casket, whichever comes first. They might as well just all go to a hardware store, all of them buy shovels, and just go to the nearest graveyard and wait for Foodie, because that's what they want to happen to her. They see she's not well, and yet they continue to feed her. As a matter of fact, lately, they're making her do more and more and more requests. So who are the real haters? The ones that are simply criticizing her behavior, or the ones who are enabling and funding said behavior? So, like, they see how sick she is and they're like going for it. Hello, Bandit. A coffee drinker says, you do understand that Nina and other feeders that are buying feed for your trial will only be satisfied when you kick the bucket. It's premeditated M word. Can't say that word. You think they like you. They just want to feed you to death, moron. Yeah, these people like Nina and Ryder, and she loves them so much and they love her so much. Do they, though? Do they? Or are they just looking for your death to be their orgasm? Like, that's the ultimate high. Controlling how healthy or how sick somebody is and then pushing them to their death. They get some nasty kind of pleasure out of that. But you go ahead and do what you do, Foodie. Soda and Sadness Pondu says, pay attention to when Foodie Beauty starts complaining of an ingrown toenail type pain in her bad toe. That's gangrene, is it? Hey, I've never had gangrene. I don't know what that feels like. But there's a picture on here where she's showing her big toe, and it doesn't look good. It looks rather purple. That's a bad look, very bad look. Dave's World says, all Foodie Beauty thought about while sitting in the waiting room was food. That's why she left. If she stayed there, she was afraid that her mom and aunt would go to lunch without her, and there's no way she was going to let that happen. I don't believe any of her story. Rule 1. I don't either. I believe that she told her mother that she needed to go to the doctor. So her mother bought her a new outfit so she would go to the doctor, came over, cleaned her house, took her out to lunch, and honestly, that's all that Chantal wanted. She wanted all of the perks without actually going to the doctor. What was it? I was listening to a reactor this morning, and they're saying the timeline that Foodie was presenting does not make sense. That she did not spend that much time at the doctor. She did not spend much time in the waiting room. If you add it all up, like, she didn't spend much time waiting for her turn. Like, her first mistake was she logged into the queue and she wasn't even there. She wasn't even at the office. She was at home. You can't do that. So, of course, she missed her time slot. And because she did not make an appointment, she was waiting and waiting, and Foodie was hungry, and all she was thinking about was the food. She just wanted to get the new clothes, get her house clean, get a free meal, and go home. She had no intention of going to see that doctor. Apparently, there's a lab across the street from her. Yeah, so why not go? I think she wanted mom to help her clean and collect the urine sample. Here's the thing. Mom can't collect a clean urine sample. The people at the office, they want a clean sample. They're not just going to accept a sample from home. It might be corrupted. They're going to want it at the office. And she wastes the time of doctors and now the labs. Yeah, mom shows up at noon. Last call at Mario's is 3 p.m. Yeah, so I've heard that if you're a diabetic and if you're going in for blood tests, it's just a smart thing to get there as soon as you can, as early in the morning as you can. Make an appointment. That way you can get in and out of there because you're hungry. You want to eat. Foodie did not go in till 12 o'clock. And I'm sure she was thinking about, oh, Mario's is going to close at 3. I got to get there before 3. She was just thinking about the food, not about her health. Free meal, she should buy her mom lunch. Yeah, you would think so. Mom cleaned her house. Mom bought her a new outfit. Mom was riding her around when all she had to do was get herself her own Uber. She got all the benefits of mom without giving anything back. Toes go black with gangrene. Well, from what I saw on Twitter, her big toe is purple. So I don't know what that means. That might mean really bad circulation. It's not all the way cut off yet, but it looks bad. Diabetic patients go from 7 to 9 a.m. Right. She missed that window, did she not? Foodie thought she was going to walk up in there at noon and be able to walk in and walk out within 5 minutes. Thank you, Lori, for the gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Like anybody knows, you can't go to a doctor's office and just walk in at noon and you can be seen immediately. Are you insane? That is not going to happen. You want to get in and out of there. You got to go early, as early as you can, even if you're tired, even if you're like, walking in the office like this because you haven't had any sleep. Just get there early and get it over with. You can sleep when it's over. Debbie's World says the only for sure thing that occurred, even when it came to her getting lab work done at 42 years old, is she and her mom and her aunt went to lunch and they cleaned her apartment. And mom sized up and bought her a little baby girl a new outfit size XXXXL. Yep. Foodie got new clothes. She got a clean apartment and she got a free meal. And that was the benefit to seeing mom. And her mom took time off of work to do all this. All right, I don't want to show this. You guys can see what's going on. Like she was eating another croffle. The nerve, the audacity for Foodie to criticize Life by Jen for eating chaffles. Is that what they were called? Chaffles, like cheese waffles. And here she is eating croffles. The nerve. The nerve. You criticize Life by Jen for eating cheese waffles, and here you are eating croissant waffles stuffed with whipped cream and fruit and chocolate sauce. You should be ashamed of yourself. Hannah Banana says, exactly why did Foodie pick to live an hour away from her family, even though she knows she needs them for literally everything? I can maybe answer that. I think her original intention when she got the apartment was to be close to everything she needed, the dispensary, the food. But I think her original intention was also at one point to have Natter living there with her. That's why she picked the place that she did. Maybe she was hoping that, if I get my own place and there's nobody living with me, at some point he'll be living here with me, and he's not. So she didn't want to be close to her family. She wanted to set up a little love nest for her and Natter still hasn't moved in. All right, now y'all check this picture out from Sassy Cat. So Foodie Beauty big toe is looking bad. Lack of circulation. Looks like Sugarfoot is entering. There's the picture, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Do we have any nurses or health or medical professionals in the chat today? That if you saw someone in the doctor's office with this toe looking that way, what does it look like to you? Is that just bad circulation? Like, why would somebody's toe look pretty much purple? Is it purple nail paint? That's what I thought too. I thought it was nail paint, but it doesn't look like it's not. I don't think it's paint. I really don't think so. Let me take a look at it. Like her entire toe. Like, look, the line comes over here. Her toenail should be just like a complete square, right? If that was just her toenail. I don't know what's going on up here, if that's leftover nail polish, but notice that the discoloration goes all the way around. If it were just nail polish, it wouldn't do that. It doesn't look like nail polish to me. I could be wrong, but that looks bad. That looks really bad. Like the residual nail polish on the top, I can see that. That looks like a typical fungus nail you see in many older diabetics. Is that something that can be cleared up with, say, treatment to get rid of that fungus? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bandit. I just asked my husband and showed him the picture. 48 years in nursing. He says poor circulation due to diabetes and heart failure. Okay, I welcome his input. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's bad circulation, if it's close to gangrene. I don't know what's going on there. There's pics of dark patches on her feet when she's in the Kuwait pool. Well, I remember Foodie showing us dark patches on her feet and also her legs back in the Villa days. She had diabetic neuropathy. It looked almost like a bruises all over her legs, but they weren't bruises. They were just from the neuropathy. Oh, Vanilla says, my friends were like that. He was diabetic. He lost his toes, then had a heart attack. Ages 38, he died. I'm so sorry. That is so sad. I'm sorry about your friend. Marbling cover is bad circulation. Well, that's what her toes look like. It's just that one big toe. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. That would scare the shit out of me, but I guess not Foodie. Everything to her is content. Chantal's Fupa Boil says, looking oh so satisfied at her cleverness. Tat Von B says, this beast trying to continue the narrative that she doesn't use slimming filters. Just check out the moment she transitions from natural to filter. The little tap or click is the moment she changes it. What a blank head. Okay, so let's watch. Stop, Foodie, stop. Okay. So she was turning on her filter. Y'all take a look at her face. You know what? I'm going to slow this down because it is like 1 minute, 11 seconds. Let's see if I can slow this down a bit. So you can see the way her face looks before she turns the filter on. Her face is really, really puffy. So she's not liking the look of her face at all because her face is really, really puffy. And there she goes. See how her arm is like reaching over, like, oh, I got to turn the filters on. She's like, I got to turn the filters on, slim my face out a bit. There goes her finger. She forgot to turn the contour, like the contour filter on. Now she's fiddling around with it. Click. What a difference that made. Her turning that filter on. You guys just saw how her face really looked before she turned them on. And then, very chunky. That's her face with the filters. I saw a little bit of a difference, Queen, because in the beginning you saw like her cheeks were really, really puffy, and the filters kind of eased down the puffiness just a hair, just a little bit. Just a little. It's not like a drastic difference, but it was enough. It was enough to make her happy. Like she's always trying to use them filters to lose weight. A rumble in my bottom says Foodie Beauty. This, ladies and gentlemen, is her I just pooped my pants face. That's her poopy pants face. Like I just messed myself. And she did that last night. I heard that she pooped her pants on live. You actually heard it. That she messed her pants. As a regular occurrence these days. All right, now antidepressant content. The leopard is 6 times heavier than a honey badger, but it still walks away. So honey badgers are the I don't give a fuck creature of the universe. A honey badger is little, but it's tough. You want to see a badass? The honey badger. It does not care. It will take on creatures 10 times its size and not give a crap. Like, come at me. Meet me outside. What? I'm eating. Get out of here. A honey badger has the combination of being it can do damage. It's also its own tank. Honey badgers scare other creatures. What? Like it just does not care. I don't care if you're a leopard. I'll tear you up anyway. Get out of here. You want to see a badass Foodie? There's a badass right there, but you're nowhere close to being like a honey badger. Trucker Dan says, seriously, these dogs require a commitment. They need a job. You have to be the alpha. They will give you everything they have. So Belgian Malinois, they are badasses. Belgian Malinois are dogs that the police force often trains for police work, and they are crazy. Like they'll climb walls. They are excellent service dogs, very intelligent. Look, climbing fences and everything. Amazing protectors, great guardians. And when they're on something, they're on something. From everything I've seen at Belgian Malinois, like they need something to do. They are not just like lay around the house dogs. They need something to do. You got to keep them extremely active. That's why the police force loves them. Yeah, they're incredibly athletic dogs. They're crazy. And they're so smart. They are so incredibly smart. Daw. The squirrel was afraid of the thunder, the squirrel's life. So here's like day one, squirrel moves in, says, Bird, get out of here. I'm going to make this into my nest. Bird's like, okay, bye. So the squirrel makes a nest. They're building a nest for a reason because mom's about to have babies. And then there's the babies. She's raising a family. And then there's the babies. And they're running around being cute. Aw, nature unedited. When rabbits feel safe with a companion, they often rest very close, groom each other, and even sleep partially on top of one another. So, anybody out there have a bunny? Bunnies are cute. Hey, Kiwi kitten. They're also very intelligent. You can train a bunny to mess only in one area. You can litter train them. But bunnies are so cute. They can play with dogs, cats. They can act just like a dog. Miss Harmony says, nothing says high effort content creation quite like broadcasting the exact moment your digestive tract, after all that fast food, gives up the ghost on live camera, knowing it was shooting out of her pants as she sits in it. Yeah, this is a kind of a gross moment. Let's watch.
Going. My whole bathroom. Spread it for the kitchen.
There we go. There's the poopy face. There it is.
I'm trying to think if everything is gross. Going. My whole bathroom. Spread it for the kitchen.
She just sat there and messed her pants. And you mean to tell me that if you have the urge to go to the bathroom, you don't feel that you have the urge and maybe get your butt up and go to the toilet? I mean, you're in the house. The bathroom is what, like 3 seconds away? Just get up and try to make it to the toilet. You just sit there and let it happen. That's just so incredibly fucking gross. You just sit there and let yourself just mess your pants. Is someone paying for this kind of content? Like, for what reason are you an adult and you just sit there and poop your pants like that?
I'm trying to think if
Freaking nasty, dude. Okay, what else we got here? Boho Chic says, what the actual F is up underneath that hijab? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Can someone please explain this? It looks like she has on a wig cap of sorts. And the scarf is on top. It looks like the cap is covering up her head, but I don't really see any hair. But that's interesting. That's really interesting. Whatever's going on there. And I made this. I saw her eating all that food yesterday. I'm like, yeah, I have to make a picture of that. You nasty. Stuffing your face full of croffles. You nasty. You belong with the pigs. You nasty. You very nasty. More of that. Let's see. Cheryl's horrible horror says she says thank you so much every time somebody donates. Does it ever occur to her that these people are trying to speed up your demise is quite disturbing? She doesn't care. She doesn't care what they're doing. It's been pointed out to her. She just doesn't care. She doesn't give a shit. You're nasty. So that's it for the Twitter peeps. So we're going to get into the retro react. It's kind of on the shorter side. It's like 39 minutes. And this is courtesy of the channel Chicken Pickle. Chicken Pickle's great. So there is the link for the video. And y'all check out Chicken Pickle. This video was done 3 years ago. Chantal was angry at FFG. And she was trying to react to her. And I just wanted to point out how much he sucks as a reactor. Like she tries to clap back and she tries to burn people, but all she does is burn herself. So y'all ready to get into this retro react where Foodie's basically making a fool of herself? Because I'm ready. So big shout out to Chicken Pickle. Let's do this.
But she like actually started being obsessed with me by being obsessed with Amberlynn and I. Marine, and this person doesn't make money off of me? Are you kidding? It's all about making money. Tell that to her. At least I make money being myself. FFG gets mad when I eat, so here you go.
Actually, bitch, I get mad when you eat. Because you have an eating issue and you get on camera and you tag your videos and your lives with BED and all that crap. And you really shouldn't be doing that because you might be messing up somebody else's recovery doing that triggering content. If you have an eating issue, you should not be doing food content. And that's just my opinion, period. Keep that shit off YouTube.
She started as she wanted to her shtick to begin with, okay? Just so in case you guys don't know. Her handle was using Amberlynn's and I's weight loss failures to do her own weight loss journey. Well, honey, you did a bad job. And you know why? Because hating yourself will never lead to weight loss. So learn something.
And you know what, Foodie? Since I've been around a while, I remember the early days of your channel. Do you remember? Because I do. You were just starting out on YouTube and you weren't quite sure what kind of content to do. You didn't know what people would pay attention to and what they would watch. So you did a variety of different content. You did makeup looks, makeup hauls, shopping hauls. You were doing vlogs with your grandmother, showing yourself out and about. You even did video game playthroughs. Believe it or not, y'all, she did a couple of video game playthroughs that are still out there. And the game was Layers of Fear. So she, dipped her toes into the video game playthrough content, giving commentary. She did all kinds of stuff. But it wasn't until she started doing the mukbangs that she found that's what people want to see, and that's what she stuck with. So like people getting on YouTube, and if they want to make a channel, but they don't know exactly what they should do, what direction they should go, they might try different angles until they find the one that fits for them. So people doing different things it's not uncommon.
I'm looking for money. What is she doing? Hey, DC. Yeah, I was watching Negs' stream. He calls her shit out really well. So, okay, I'm going to try not to swear. I'm going to try not to insult as much as I can because you know what? She insults herself when she opens her big mouth. Literally, I'm going to try my hardest to use more vocabulary than this idiot. Her vocabulary is so limited.
Ma'am, you're the same person that after every third word you say, you know what I mean? BG, and it's gotten worse. You guys have seen the retro reacts that I've done to Chantal versus the present content. Back in the day, she could put sentences together. She made a little bit of sense. Now she makes no sense at all. Every third word is BG. What is these? Ma'am, this not a Wendy's. Talking in that ridiculous baby voice. You can't get decent conversation out of Chantal. It's impossible. She's like a parrot, just shouting out random phrases.
Literally, all she does is very fresh. So fresh. So fresh here. Word and idiot and bitch and pathetic. Okay.
And Chantal, you overused the word fresh for so long. We got sick of hearing the word fresh. Everything is fresh. Burger King is fresh. KFC is fresh. Everything was fresh.
Anyway, so this is a stream that I'm so mad. Like, so I actually, I want you to keep that in mind because I'm not a reactor, okay? So this is going to be just me watching and just giving my immediate thoughts.
Hey, Chantal, I have a question. What happened to that channel that you created called Foodie Reacts Back? You created that channel. You encouraged people to sub up to it. You said you were going to do reactions to the reactors. Why didn't you do anything? If you want to put us all in our place and tell us a few things about ourselves, why didn't you do any reactions? Is it because you suck at it? I think it's because you suck at it. You tried reacting to FFG before. You tried reacting to Charlie Gold before, and they both just read you under the floorboards. And it's not that hard to do. Like, you do not know how to do a proper reaction.
I also want like just people to see how gross she is as a person. Like, this is not criticism in any way. And this is what she does every single day, but I'm the one who's mad. Actually, in my video that she's reacting to, I am very calm. So keep that in mind. Why do people say I need money? Like, don't you have to pay your bills and need money? Like, do you see how hypocritical that is? You're giving me crap for trying to make money off someone who's basically rode my coattails for years and made money off me. So yes, I'm making money off of this fool for a change. Stay mad. I don't care. Why are you even here? Wait.
Chantal, you are such a hardcore grifter these days. You ask for everything. You're back in Canada. There's no reason for you to grift, and yet you continue to grift. You know how to grift without asking for things. Like, that's what scammers do. They know how to ask without asking. Your method is telling people, I would love to have a lobster dinner, poke, poke, nudge, nudge. I would love to eat some lobster, and then lo and behold, somebody sends you money for lobster. Oh, I'd love to give you guys great content if I had a car. And then somebody gives you money for a car. You know what to do to get money out of your audience. But if they had half a brain cell, they would all stop and think, you know, if she's over there eating takeout every single day, and she's living in an apartment that costs her $2,200 a month, and obviously she's not starving and she's not struggling, she doesn't need our money. She just wants our money. She just wants it. She wants to see if she can get it. You're not hurting for anything. But you continue to ask because people are stupid and they continue to give.
How am I mad? Like, what? Like, this is the thing. These people can talk crap all day about me. And then whenever I react back or have something to say about it, I'm mad. It's like, anyway.
It's okay, Cookie.
I waited for you guys.
How do you people not want to stab your ears out? How? Oh, look, all these.
Chantal, can I just tell you something? You're asking, how do people not stab their ears out listening to a reactor? I'm going to keep it 100 with my audience. I'm at the point with Chantal, I can barely stand to look at her face. I can barely stand to hear her voice. My brain is so tired. I've got foodie fatigue like nobody's business. She does streams and it's the same shit every day. The same subjects, the same topics, the same cloud couch, her leaning one side. She can't even be bothered to sit up and make intelligent conversation. Her being high, her farting on camera, shitting her pants. Like, my brain is just screaming every time it sees her. It's saying, no! Because it's just monotony on top of monotony on top of monotony on top of monotony. It's just Groundhog Day to infinity. Every day. Every single day. The reactors, they put more work into Chantal's content than she does. We have to. To keep her interesting, we got to do different things. We got to do the intros and the outros and the little funny clips and the jokes and maybe the Twitter peeps. We have to find creative new ways to keep her interesting because she's not doing herself any favors. And part of the reason is because she doesn't really care about YouTube or Kick or Twitch. She's catering to the feeder audience, and all they care about is seeing her stuff her face and get fat.
FFG accounts, because you know that's what she does with her time. So you brainless morons just sit there waiting for a rage. Do you not have anything better to do?
I am so freaking excited.
It doesn't give you any clues that she's deranged by the fact that she gets excited by somebody raging?
And you get excited over people sending you money for food, bitch. Your point? You are such a food addict that the only time you get excited is when somebody buys you a meal or somebody sends you money for a meal. And you get excited over somebody supporting your addictions and paying for them. That's where your happiness comes from. Doing self-harm content and somebody paying you to do self-harm content and making your addictions grow even bigger. Why do reactors look for the rage streams? 2 reasons, I feel. First reason, because she's doing something besides stuffing her maw. We don't want to see that. We're not into that. We aren't feeders. We don't have the food fetish. Second reason, because when Foodie gets mad, that's when she breaks character. That's when she tells the most truth, is when she's mad. When she's calm and she's stuffed to the gills with food, she's going to lie. We're tired of the lies. What we're looking for is the truth. And that's the only time it comes out of her mouth is when she's pissed off. That's when she's entertaining, is when she's telling the truth. She won't tell truth any other way. She's got to be mad in order to tell the truth.
Okay.
This is gonna get ugly.
So what you're doing with your Saturday is sitting there, sniffing your own farts, smoking a pack of cigarettes, and what? Reacting to me, like you're raging. You're the one raging. What are you even like? Let's just get to the video. She's so pathetic. She's actually now on Twitch reacting to a time period in my life that's not even relevant. Reacting to Cokie. How is that relevant now?
How is it relevant? Because you're still talking to him. It is 2026. You are still talking to that man. You're still buying him groceries. You're still seeing him, Miss Gat No Glitter. Miss I'm going to disappear and come back with a gnat or two the next day and huffing out your nose. You're still seeing him. He would be irrelevant if you weren't talking to him, if you weren't seeing him, if you weren't giving him money, if you weren't buying his groceries. But if he's still in the picture, even in the background, he's still relevant. You want him to be irrelevant? Well, then stop talking about him. You keep bringing him up, even though you're supposed to be a victim. Why would a DV victim willingly talk about the person who hurt them unless all their stories are fake as fuck? And it was just made up stories for content and to make money. And you made thousands of dollars back in the day talking about DV as if you were an actual victim when you absolutely were not. Nothing happened to you. You even said out of your own mouth, I may have exaggerated the claims. I didn't lie for revenge, but you lied. After the SA allegations that you went to the cops, you went over to his house with green products and coffee like a regular coffee date. Who the fuck does that? And who makes a video of a collage of the happier times with this person with music, celebrating your time with that abusive person? So sorry, he is still relevant because you haven't let go of him.
But I don't care. Let it get ugly. We haven't got to the ugly place in over 5 weeks now.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm not good at this. No, I'm not a piece of crap who insults people all day. Okay, I'm a vlogger. I'm a content creator.
My skin is clear. My makeup is flawless. I am living my best life. My hair is growing. I smell like coconut oil.
You've peaked. You've peaked on YouTube. Like at 21K subscribers, you'll never do anything with your life. You're pathetic and lonely, and you're just a loser.
Ma'am, you have a 100K channel. 110K, or is it 111? Whatever it is. You were obsessed with getting to 100K. That was a goal of yours, to get to 100K. And because of your behavior and because of you blocking people, you couldn't get to 100K. So what did you do? You bought subscribers. You went to Cot to get you the rest of the way there. But due to the fact that your channel got taken away, you were never going to get a real plaque from YouTube. So you bought your own. You bought the rest of the subs, and then you gave yourself a fake little celebration of like, oh, I'm at 100K. And you did that. Why? You got a 100K channel and you essentially let it go just because you want to cheat the government out of their money. You probably told the government, this is all the income I'm making, and that's all they know about. And then you moved all the money making somewhere else where they didn't know, hiding a lot of your income. But as far as they know, all you're making is what's on YouTube. You're basically claiming poverty level when obviously you're not, because it takes a lot of food and a lot of money to feed a 550-pound person. And I'm sure if they looked into your PayPal donations, they would find some very interesting stuff. But look at you with that 100K channel. You built it up that high and then you just let it go. Crackhead Olympics was your peak. It really was. It was your personal low and your financial high. You've never made so much money as you did during Crackhead Olympics. When you were at that villa, you were making 20, 30 grand a month. You were making so much ridiculous money that you once paid somebody $500 just to break down boxes. It was chump change to you. Who cares? Spending like 3 or 4 grand on Coca-Cola, $300 on magic mushrooms, buying takeout 3 or 4 times a day. I mean, you were living it up. You were in addict heaven. All kinds of money, and whatever addiction you had, you could feed it and then some. After Crackhead Olympics, things just went downhill, and now look at you, 2026, and you're practically begging for money. By the way, bitch, remember how you were going in on Amberlynn Reed and going in on her for doing silly things on the LCU? Not too long ago, but what was it, a couple of days ago? You set a goal for a super chat between $50 to $100, saying that if somebody gave you $50 to $100, you would shave your eyebrows off. Isn't that what you kind of got on Amberlynn Reed for? Doing bullshit for money? Yet on your own channel, you're going to say, hey, you give me $50 to $100, I'll shave off my eyebrows. So how broke are you that you're willing to shave off your eyebrows for $50? Get out of here.
You asshole for it, Chantal.
And I care that you have a problem with me because why? You're going to lose your channel. You're one manual review away from being deleted. I hope you know that. Yeah. Speed it up.
Okay, done I done?
This is my point. There's nothing to react to. You people are idiots. There's nothing left. Move the hell on. You're miserable.
Chantal, how do you know that there's nothing to react to if you're just running your maw? Blah, 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 blah. Girl, shut up. How do you know there's nothing to react to if you're not even listening to what she's saying? You know about the reaction channels, right? I'm sure you do. Haven't you seen enough of our content to know how we do things? We put the video on, we play it, we listen, and then we give our opinions and our thoughts at certain points. You're not doing that here. You're just talking over her. So, of course, you are not doing a proper reaction. You're talking over the content you're supposed to be reacting to. Stupid. You want to react properly? Listen to what's being said.
I'm so excited to try all these foods. No, you're excited to try all these foods because you're not having any sex. You're a newlywed and a sexless.
Where do you make these? What? How do you know? Number one. Number two, that's projection because where's your boyfriend? Where's your boyfriend?
Where's your man, bitch? Where's your man? Where he at? Can somebody find him? Where's Foodie's man at? It's been 6, 7, 8 months. Where's her man at? I don't see him with her. I don't see her going to him. I don't see him coming to her. Where's he at? He's not there. He's not gonna be there. You'll never see him again, Foodie. He'll never see you again in person. Not that he wants to. I know it's going to sound really mean to say, very mean girl-ish, but here's the truth. I think that Salah knows you got a severe issue with food, and he is waiting for you to get to a place where you are bedbound, because if you're bedbound, then he can say, well, sweetheart, you're bedbound. You can't travel to me and I can't travel to you. So I guess that's it. He's waiting for that day where you become bedbound, and then he can go, well, I guess that's all. Then you bugging me about when can I come see you and when can I come to Syria and when can I come to Kuwait? Well, that's off the table. It's a load off his back. Honestly, these days, if he is still talking to you, all he's doing is bleeding you dry for all the money he can get out of you. If he gets $50 a month, he gets $50 a month. If he gets 100, he gets 100. But he's taking that money as long as you got it to give. But the moment you stop giving it, you'll never hear from him again, period. Same thing with Natter. That's the funny punchline to the joke. These men that you've surrounded yourself with, they're just around for the money. You stop giving them money, they stop talking to you. That's the extent of their love. What's in your wallet? You got nothing in your wallet, they got nothing for you.
My husband is on my in my channel, in our own channel, every day, professing his love for me. Where's your man? Where's your face? Where's your freaking face? Where? So shut up.
Where's your face? Chantal, with all the filters that you use, you're basically a living avatar. The image that you project to people is not you. You're not coming on camera with no makeup on, no filters on, just being yourself. You claim to be hotter than 90% of us, and yet if you were, why do you work so hard to disguise yourself? Why do you use all those filters like a mask to mask what you really look like? Look at me, bitch. 55 years old, no makeup, none. Okay, this is me. I'm not a beauty queen. I know that. But I'm older and I don't give a damn. This is me. This is all me. I'm coming on camera as myself. You're practically an NPC. Coming on camera looking like somebody else. Miss, I'm so confident. Then why do you work so hard to disguise what you really look like?
Oh,
Marriage of convenience, stuffing.
that's all they have. Oh, she's not having sex. How do you know? How do you know? You're following this person who just lies. Like, there's no grounds for any of this information. And like, you people accuse me of lying. All these years you accuse me of lying when you're following the biggest, dumbest liar ever on the internet. Okay.
You're in control of stuffing. That's why you're excited to try all these foods.
FFG, your mouth is 3 times bigger than mine. And you have rubber band for lips. At least I'm honest and stuff my face on camera because I'm not ashamed of who I am. And I don't have to make a channel projecting.
You're not ashamed of who you are? Really? Then how come you won't fess up to doing feeder content? And It's not even an open secret. It's not a secret. We all know what you're doing. I've known what you were doing for years, bitch. I clocked you. I told everybody you're doing the feeder content. I said, look at her. She's doing feeder shit. You weren't going to tell people. I clocked you. You won't admit to doing feeder content. You won't say it. You'll do like the sponsored meals and you'll get PayPal donations, but for some reason you just won't fess up to the truth. Why not? Everybody knows you're doing it. Obviously, you got feeders in your chat that are sending you money, and every time they send you money, you go out and get a beaver tail or whatnot. Why not just tell the truth? Why not? Why won't you fess up to doing that adult content behind the scenes? Candy, Hungry Fat Chick, she's been honest, and she said, yeah, I do the feeder content. And yes, I do adult content. And you know what? Nobody has a problem with her because she's being honest. She's being upfront. So why do you continue to hide it? Are you ashamed? Are you embarrassed? You're not too embarrassed to do it on social media. So why not just admit it? Why not just admit there are feeders in your chat that are giving you money to stuff yourself stupid? Why not? Tell the truth about yourself.
That onto someone else. Still winning.
Oh, I guess
I'm not ashamed of it. I'll stuff my face all day, every day. You don't have to watch it. No, you do because you can't pay your rent otherwise. Right.
are gonna.
You're no better. You stuff your face off camera. It's obvious from at the friggin' fatty fashion show. Who are you calling fat? Who are you calling fat? Projection queen. Hypocrite. Again. Frenchie's mom probably never loved her. These reactors have a lot in common.
I don't even know what to call that.
If she goes after your two angels, I will burn in hell. Okay, see how they're done? She literally criticizes me every day for how I take care of my pets. My pets are still alive.
You know what's amazing? Chantal says we're a bunch of meanie heads. All we do is criticize her. Here's my counterpoint question to Chantal, and I would love to hear her answer. Chantal, tell me one thing we should praise you for. Just one. Just one. What are you doing that we should give you praise for that we don't? I'm waiting. Should I read a book while I'm waiting? Because it might take a while for you to think of one thing that we should praise you for. You get on camera, you're rude, you're gross, you're nasty, you're mean to people, you're doing self-harm addiction content and asking people to fund it and enable it, and they do. What exactly should we praise you for? I'm waiting. The reason why we criticize you is because we don't co-sign on your bullshit. You come on camera hurting yourself with food. We can't praise that. I won't praise that. I'm not going to sign on and praise that. You come on camera high. I'm not going to praise that either. Nor is any other reactor. You come on camera farting and burping and acting gross and shitting your pants. I'm certainly not going to praise that. You lie to people, you grift, you scam. Certainly not going to praise that. Name one thing that you've done that you deserve praise for. If you do something praiseworthy, I'm an honest woman. I'll praise you for it if it's warranted. If it's not, though, you're not going to get the praise until you do the work, and you're not willing to do the work. So as long as you continue to get on social media and act the fool and be an active, raging addict looking for people to support your addictions and help push you to an early grave, sorry, no praise. No praise allowed.
Is all I said. If that were me and my cats died, I would be roasted. Not that I care. I don't care. You can cancel me 1,000 times. I don't care. I don't care if I still only have an audience of 500 people. like, which I do. And I'm, you know what?
And you know what? To follow that up, and I know what Foodie would say if she were here. She would say, well, I'm just doing my content. What's it your business? Why react to me? You don't have to watch me. Doesn't she always say that? You don't have to watch me. That's true. I don't have to watch her, and nor does anybody else. And we don't have to react to her. But two things about that. First thing, can you imagine if there was no girl world? If there was no one around to react to her, to record her content, to record her lies, to record her scams, this bitch would get on the internet and scam probably 10 times worse and lie 10 times worse. There has to be a balance to things. If you've got someone who's a liar and a scammer and manipulator, someone who neglects animals, someone who exploits children, they got to be called out. Someone should be around to call them out, to point out what they're doing, to point out the wrong, to expose the truth. There has to be a balance to things. I feel Girl World is the balance. She wants to bring all of her darkness to YouTube. There has to be the light to balance out the darkness. Okay? That's the first thing. And I forgot the second thing, so I'm just going to remember and tell you later.
I'm still happier. I don't care. Because, like, unlike you, I don't have to rely on, like I said, you've peaked. Like, your audience doesn't grow. You get more views because you're hateful, and a lot of people hate me because you people hate that I stick up for myself. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Oh, I remember now what I was going to say. Sorry. I had a bit of a brain fart. It happens. I'm old. To counteract what you said about you don't have to watch me. If you're getting on social media and you're spotlighting and monetizing your addictions, you shouldn't be doing that. It's wrong to make addiction content and expect it to be monetized. It needs to be called out. You have abused the platform known as YouTube. YouTube is supposed to be a platform that people use to spotlight their creativity or their thoughts or their opinions. People should come to YouTube and be entertained, not to come on and get triggered. You're using YouTube and Kick and Twitch, in my opinion, for purposes not intended. You are abusing the social media platforms. That needs to be called out too. It is not supposed to be an avenue that you use to e-beg and to get your addictions fed. It's supposed to be you come on and you entertain people and you interact with people, but not in that way.
And like it doesn't make psychological sense to me how you can sit there watching this person repeat the same insults and bashings for 2 years straight and call my content repetitive and say that I'm hateful when all I do is like react myself, like I defend myself, and that makes me a bad person. Like, what kind of psychology is that? It makes me hate people. Honestly. Oh, you're repeating what I said. A setup for a rage. It's like all you people do is just wait for a rage. Like, that's so sad. You need to go touch grass. You need to go to the park. You need to travel to the Middle East.
You need to do all those things. You need to go and do something besides stuff your face. Do something besides stuff your face. Do activities where food is not involved. Give it a try. Go out and do something. Hey, Foodie, I did something today. And I know this may shock you, but I took a walk for about 15 minutes. It's a beautiful day today. It's a little bit too hot right now. But earlier, I went walking around my neighborhood, just taking a bit of a stroll, and it was great. You know, the beautiful sunshine outside. It's summertime. I encourage everybody to go out. When do you willingly do that? When do you go outside and there isn't a food reward at the end? Yeah, try walking. Instead of smoking all those green sticks to clear your head, try walking. Just walk outside. Leave your building. Get out of that apartment. Give your brain something to look forward to besides food and drugs.
You need to do something with your life.
If you're not feeling too well, don't come live.
It's funny for people to push somebody to an emotional breakdown point and then laugh about it. Like, how trash.
Ma'am, if somebody reacting to one of your lives or your video, if that is enough to push you to an emotional breakdown, then you should not be on social media, period. If you are so delicate, if your mental and emotional health is so delicate that all it would take to push you to an emotional breakdown is somebody reacting to you on their channel, then you need to get off social media right now. You really need to go. You are willingly going to somebody else's channel and watching their reaction. They are not pushing it in your face. You're going into their backyard, into their profile, and watching their live and triggering yourself. You're causing that to happen. If there is someone on YouTube that you know does reaction videos or videos about you, and you know there's 100% chance they're going to give you criticism and it's going to make you angry, here's the solution. Don't go to the channel. Don't watch the reactions. Stay away. Just do your thing on your channel.
Like, she's like the personification of white trash. That's as mean as I'm gonna get, I think.
Kill you to not expense one of the meals.
It's a mindset.
You know,
Why are you criticizing what I eat when clearly, like literally, your face is triple the size of mine? Like, your face is bigger. So you're clearly obese yourself. What, you're like, 50 pounds lighter just because you're built different? You have skinny legs and a huge upper body like SpongeBob, so that puts you in a position to make fun of me because of my body shape? Like, I don't understand. Mind your business what I eat. Why are you watching?
By the way, Chantal, I've got a very curious side question. What happened on the train? Something happened on the train. I don't know what it is, but you mentioned you don't want to go on the train anymore. You used to. Was there an incident on the train to where you can't go on the train anymore? Is that why you're not going on the train? Because maybe you're not allowed to, or something happened? Maybe you shit all over the train, or you caused a scene. Something happened because you don't want to go on the train any longer.
Me then? Like,
you don't have to come. Thank you for this.
oh, by the way, she calls him her boyfriend. So I'm just gonna say my husband for a minute straight, okay? My husband, my husband, my husband. I'm a newlywed person, and before we were,
You're not married. We've been saying for the longest, you're not married. Chantal, way back in the day, you talked about a loophole marriage. You talked all the way about it. You said, well, people know people, and if you know the right people, you can get things done. So if you and Salah were really married, why were you talking about a loophole marriage? You had maybe a Misyar marriage with him, which is temporary. It is not a legally recognized marriage. It is not recognized in Kuwait or any other place. It was just a paper marriage, I guess, so the two of you could live together without getting in serious trouble in the Middle East. But it was temporary. And if you are really married, and if your husband is so successful, why are you looking into government programs to get things done? Why aren't you going to your husband and saying, hey, I need help with this and that? Where's his help in all of this? You're not going to your husband saying, hey, take care of me. There are things wrong with me. I need money. He's supposed to be a husband, but you can't count on him for help or assistance. What's the point of being married then? Yeah, a real marriage wouldn't need the sneaking. Like, why is she sneaking around? That's what I said earlier, Trinka. I think Salad is hoping she'll get bedbound soon so she can't travel anymore. Yeah, and then she'll shut up about, I want to see you. I want to see you. Where are you? In a few months, it won't matter. She will be bedbound. And again, I know that's mean to say, Chantal, but look at the way you're eating. Do you really think you can eat like that every day and not gain weight and get to a point of being bedbound to where one day you might try to get up off that bed or off that couch and you can't? And then you got to call a bariatric ambulance to come pick your ass up and take you somewhere. Like, he's waiting for that day you become bedbound. Then he knows you can't go anywhere and you can't do anything.
Married, he was my boyfriend. So sometimes it reverts back to that because I'm so used to, like, you know what I mean? I'm not used to being married. So yeah, that was a mistake. And now, oh, it's a scam marriage. Of course, they're going to run with anything because they're desperate for content.
You know what, Chantal? I'm going to say some things going to piss you off. Here's the thing. You were with Natter for quite a while. You wanted to get control of Natter. You know what I think? I think when the two of you met each other, you underestimated each other. He looked at you and he thought, oh, she's just some fat, stupid broad who's thirsty for love. I can get what I want out of her. No problem. And you looked at him and you said, well, he's just some stupid, skinny crackhead. I can wrap him around my finger with my money. I can seduce him with my money and I can get the relationship that I'm looking for, because I don't know what happened in your brain, but you became obsessed with getting in a relationship. I don't know if you meeting up with Frank is what did it, but some kind of switch inside of you got flipped. And then you went on an eternal quest to get a man, find a man, marry a man, have a man claim you. You desperately want a man to claim you. So you tried every way in the world to be with Natter. You tried the money seduction. You tried the threats. You tried the blackmail. You tried the fighting. You tried to persuade him away from Dee Dee. None of that worked. Meanwhile, there was all this drama. And at the end of it all, you did not get what you wanted. So you thought you would play the triangulation game with Natter, because that's the same game you play with other people in your past. Try doing it with BB, try doing it with Peeps, trying to pit men against each other and put yourself in the middle, and that made you feel all kinds of special and loved, which, by the way, that's just pathetic to play those high school games. Ridiculous. But you decided you were going to try to make Natter jealous after the fact by finding a younger man and essentially saying to Natter, you better come get me. I'm about to give him everything that I gave you. I'm going to give him all my money. I'm going to make a couples channel with him. I'm going to give him everything that I gave you. If you want me to keep giving it to you, you better come after me. You just better run. And guess what? He didn't care enough, did he? He just let you go. But since you carried on the world stage in front of people, this whole thing with Salah, in an attempt to get Natter, since it was on the world stage, you could not abandon the game once you figured out you were not going to get Natter. You had to follow through with it, because if you didn't, there'd be much humiliation and embarrassment, because you would have to admit, well, I really don't care for Salah. I just wanted Natter, and it didn't work. So you carried on with Salah for 3 years. You didn't love Salah. You settled for Salah because you couldn't get with the one you really wanted. And when somebody settles for someone, they are never going to be happy, ever. Also, you were using Salah as a way to get out of Canada because of your bankruptcies. You were running away from all of your money problems. You ran to the Middle East to escape the tax man, and you stayed there for 3 fucking years. But while you were there, you were still talking to Natter. You never stopped talking to him or about him, even while you were supposedly married. You were still talking to that man. When you were with Salah, there was even an incident where you were in Natter's chat room yelling at Dee Dee saying, if I wanted to, I could get your man, while you're married to somebody else. So all that time and all that money spent in the Middle East was for nothing. It didn't make you any happier. It didn't make you any more fulfilled. Your addictions were still untouched. If anything, it made you worse. All that while you spent longing for Natter. And all you were doing in the Middle East was playing house with Salah. You be the mommy and I be the daddy. You're play acting at marriage. Maybe you thought that that was the only way you could be married, was a pretend marriage, and you were willing to take it because that's all you had. Now look at you. You're back in Canada. Natter really, he's not with you. Salah's gone. You put all your money and all your love in him and it didn't give a fuck. They still don't care. Still don't. And they're never going to love you because they didn't love you in the first place. Listen, it's really simple. If you're into somebody, you're into them. If you're not, you're not. If you're not attracted to someone, you never will be. Money and possessions are not going to change the attraction level, the chemistry level, the connection level. The men that you pick do not have a connection to you. They are not attracted to you. They don't want to be with you. They just want what you have. They have a need and you have a need. So you collaborate. It's transactional. It's all transactional, but it is not emotional and it is not spiritual. Technically speaking, you are still alone. No matter who you say you have around you, you are still alone. Nothing's going to change that until you change yourself.
Anyway, I don't care if you think my marriage is a scam. I don't have to answer to you at all. I don't care. I've never mentioned anything about that because I don't care. We don't care.
Listen carefully. She calls him boyfriend.
This is why you're mad. Where's your ring? Where's your boyfriend?
That's the
How do I seem miserable? Because I'm laughing and chatting with my audience? How? And she doesn't seem miserable?
Hey,
Cackling and making fun of every little thing I do? That's misery. I don't do that to people. I'm not happy every single day. Doesn't mean that I'm miserable in my life overall. Sorry, my widow's peak. That it's she basically said it's my fault that so you're a gynecologist now? Oh, and you're a veterinarian too. Oh, I'll take your cats. Yeah, Nick. Disgusting. And then you've seen the clip on my community post of her making fun of me for infertility. Like, okay. I don't know. She's lucky that I couldn't imagine. She's lucky I'm a strong person, but that's
You're strong. No, you're not. You're not strong, Chantal. I've met many strong people. You're not one. You're not a strong person. You are extremely weak. You fall apart over the least little thing. You get left alone too long, you fall apart. You live alone, you're falling apart. Every time you're by yourself, you fall apart. You try to play the baby. I can't take care of myself. If you are strong, why can't you take care of yourself? You claim to be a survivor, but survivors know how to survive. We know that. So how come you claim to be a survivor and yet you don't know how to survive? Where is that instinct to survive? You're not surviving right now. You're existing, barely. You're that person that you're not even going to try to cross the finish line successfully. You've already sat down in the grass and said, I quit. I give up. I'm not even going to try to make my life better. I'm just going to let whatever happen, happen. If I get sick, I get sick. Oh, well. If I lose a toe, oh, well. If I lose a leg, oh, well. If I end up in the ICU, oh, well. Content. So how can you claim to be a survivor if you're not interested in surviving? You're not interested in thriving. You're not interested in healing. Because true survivors, that's what they're interested in. Surviving, thriving, healing, growing. You have no interest in those things.
just low. How is that not low? That she basically said it's my fault that So you're a gynecologist now? Oh, and you're a veterinarian too. Oh, I'll take your cats. Yeah, Nick. I'll take your cats. And what? You're going to smoke them out of house and home in your Motel 6? You think I would give you my cats? Where's your dogs? No, I'm not giving you my cats. Are you crazy?
Another great.
Jay lasted 20 years with me. I'm sure if she went with you and heard your voice and smoking, you should get a restraining order from FFG. She is dangerous and the level of her obsession with you is weird. It's straight up creepy. I know. I'm looking into it. Shh. What do you think of her audience? They're sweeping her up even before she comes on stream to screech. That's what I mean, Boaz. Thanks for the super chat. They're crazy. They're like, it's like a cult, a weird cult where they don't even think for themselves.
What exactly do you have going on over on your side? They say your vibe attracts your tribe. What is her vibe? What is the vibe? What is the energy that Chantal puts out? She presents herself as what? As a person of many, many, many issues and many problems. She presents herself as a broken person. Oh, I'm broken. I've got issues with my health. I've got issues with addiction. I've had all of this trauma happen to me. She presents herself as a weak, vulnerable, no self-control individual. And you know what that attracts? Exactly the same. I bet any amount of money there are people in her chat that maybe they've gone through trauma or they have issues with food and they feel comfortable around her because it's like, oh, you had this happen to you? Well, I've had this happen to me. That's our connecting point. That's our bond. Oh, like you got issues. You've had BED. You've had sciatica. You have very limited mobility. You got agoraphobia. Oh, I've got that too. Like she's connecting with her audience in the wrong ways. Instead of connecting with them and there'd be a vibe of, yeah, like there might be things wrong with us, but let's work on getting better together. Let's inspire each other. It's all about reinforcing the broken. It's all about let's keep the problems going. Let's not heal. Let's not be better. Let's just sit in a pity puddle and be broken, all of us together. Anybody that gets around Foodie, you're not going to become a better person. And she's going to exploit your broken by acting like she's broken. I've had things happen to me, but I don't let those things stop me nor define me. I take the life lessons and I do stuff with those life lessons. But even if things did happen to me in my past, I don't use those things in my past as a reason to be an asshole to people in the present. Oh, I've had this trauma and that trauma. Therefore, I can be a mess and I can act badly and everybody should just put up with it. No. No, we've all had some bad things happen to us. But we got over those things and we grew from those things and we became stronger because of those things. We became wiser, better people. Foodie does not believe in that. She believes in collecting issues and problems and disorders and gathering them to her and using them as content. Monetizing every bit of pain, suffering, agony, and broken that she can to make money. So anybody in her audience, if they're waiting for her to get better, it's never going to happen. Because if she were to heal, what would she use for content? Why would people watch her? If she were better, she would have a much different audience with a much different attitude. Could she have had that long ago? Yes. And she might have made more money that way and she wouldn't have had to hurt herself, but she chose this path, the path of the broken, and exploiting the path of the broken. And she's never going to stop. As long as she's making money with it, she's not going to stop.
They don't care. They just have this collective mutual hate for me, and they all just go there to circle jerk with each other, basically.
These utensils.
She has, by the way, 4 channels talking about me. It's sad. FFG's the new ball cow. She's unhinged. Because I'm telling you, what goes around comes around. You wonder why I never get my karma? Because I don't do anything to anybody.
Ha ha ha. What are you talking about? You are getting your karma. A lot of people are screaming for that in girl world. Like, when is she going to get her karma? Girl world, she is getting her karma. She is. We may want to see it happen in certain ways. We may want to see it happen in front of us. We are. We're seeing at least part of it. If there's one thing you can't escape, it's the stuff you do to your own body. Her own body is her prison. Every time she sits down and she eats a ton of croffles or beaver tails, or she eats 10,000 calories in a day, you can't escape the consequences of that. Her prison is getting bigger and more cumbersome by the day, which is leading to all those health problems, which is leading to the problems with her breathing, her heart issues, her liver issues, her kidney issues. She's hurting her own body. She can run from the tax man, but she can't run from that. How long was she making $20K a month? I would say for a few months back in Crackhead Olympics. For a little while. So she is living her karma. I mean, think about it. It's not just the health problems, but look at the state of her life. Once upon a time, this woman was making shit tons of money, doing what she wanted to do. Now look at her. She's begging for money. 100K channel, begging for money. If she had screwed her big noggin on straight years ago, she could have had the life. She could have been that person. She could have had a channel saying, "Hi, I'm Foodie Beauty, and we're in Spain, and I'm going to show you the process from taking grapes from the vine and putting them in a bottle. We're at a winery, and we're going to show you the whole thing." That could have been her life. Instead of destroying herself, she could have lifted herself up. But she chose to go down the addiction road and stay on it too long. She could have had the life of her dreams, and she tossed it away. You want to know where Foodie's money went? Up her nose and in the toilet. It's in a sewer somewhere. That's where it all went. She was given a chance of a life, and she blew it.
Literally, what am I doing here? I started my live stream eating a cheesesteak or whatever I'm eating. Cheese, fries, French fries with a cheese slice on it. You're like the human equivalent of processed cheese, so you should talk. Anyways, like, what am I doing to anybody here? Nothing. I'm eating. And that makes her mad. Like, there's an actual clip. I'm going to play it tomorrow. I think it's on Anna Nicole's channel, where she says, "It made me so mad I wanted to die. Like, watching me fail on my diet and have my messy room." Okay, let's see your room. Again, probably messy.
Are enjoying the weather. You come criticize me when I'm in a room doing nothing. Now
We literally, she's like, "Oh, fake marriage." We wake up together, enjoy a beautiful day together.
I doubt that. I really fucking doubt that. I doubt that you wake up together. I doubt that you slept in the same bed together. You could take up an entire queen size bed by yourself, and he's what, 6'2"? Salah's a tall drink of water. So someone that tall needs some space. And if you take up an entire queen size bed by yourself, you need some space. So did you guys have a king size bed or a California king to accommodate the both of you? Because I don't see that happening. You didn't sleep in the same bed.
Working together and like spending time together outside in the park, doing things together. And like, what grounds does she have in Montreal, Motel 6, telling anyone what their marriage is?
You never lived at the Motel 6.
When no,
Not this one shaming somebody for where they might be living. Not that FFG ever lived in a Motel 6. But not this one shaming people for where they live, when the truth is, Foodie, that apartment that you're in, I'm 1,000,000% positive you had someone help you get in there. Someone was the co-signer. Someone had to be the guarantor. Apartment complexes, they require a lot just to get in. They want a good credit score. They want the money, of course, for security deposit and all that, first, last months, all that shit. But they want to see the numbers. They want to see some good numbers. Your numbers are not good. You had 2 bankruptcies on your record, one that's still active. Why would they approve you a loan for that place? Remember what you said about you saw an apartment that you want to get into, but they didn't approve you? And you were kind of down about that? And then all of a sudden you got approved? Was it because you found a co-signer? And that person said, yeah, I'll help you get into that apartment, but only for 1 year. Is that why you have to move? Because after that year, that deal is up. You got to go somewhere else. So you're framing it as, I don't want to be here. Maybe you do want to be there. It's just that whoever the co-signer is that got you in the place said, I'm not going to front you for 2 years in a row. I helped you out by giving you 1 year to get your shit together and find somewhere else to be. That's all you're getting from me. So you're trying to frame it like it's my choice to leave when it isn't your choice. If somebody's a co-signer and says, I don't want to co-sign for you on a new lease, you have to leave.
When no one will talk to her. But she's miserable. Who would?
I'll live my life.
And so what if my room was messy? Honestly, she's replaying my old videos when I laughed from last year. You know what happened last year? And she's literally, she told about her own DV experience and she wants like sympathy or whatever. And she's completely shaming me for having gone through, like she'll make fun of me for crying from last year. Or like when I see my live streams from last year when I was going through hell.
Chantal, I can look you dead ass in your face. You never went through any of that. Did FFG have an actual DV experience? Yes, she did. And the person who did it went to jail. You, on the other hand, you claim to have a DV experience, but your shit doesn't add up. You getting on camera and talking about your supposed experiences in front of strangers. You recounting what happened to you, but there was no visceral reaction while you were retelling the stories, which is weird. Because if any traumatic experience happens to somebody, the emotions in your mind are still there. The feelings are still there. And you're reliving it as you're telling it. You weren't shaking. You weren't crying when you were retelling these stories. You didn't have any problem saying these things. And your stories kept changing. When you were telling people, oh, Nader forced me to do something. And then when people pressed on you, suddenly the story changed 2 or 3 times. You didn't go through anything, you lying bitch. You were just using DV to make money. And you made a lot of it. You made thousands and thousands of dollars in super chats. And that is horrible. That you were triggering people on purpose for monetary gain. How much money did you make profiting off of DV? A lot. So much so that you brought it up multiple times, milking people even further.
With the most disgusting people in my life. Ugh. I had to be high just to stand my life. And people think that's funny. Like they think, oh, like, which one is it? You're first of all, you wanted to talk to me on the phone so bad because you wanted to warn me about Trash Bag. And now you're co-signing his shit and making it look like I'm crazy for crying after what he did to me. Yeah, emotional abuse is funny, isn't it, FFG?
You know what? Let me say something. Let me just say something about that. I will fully admit that when Chantal came online and she started talking about how Nader was abusing her, for like half a second, I did believe her. And I was scared for her. If you've been through DV, for real, you know how scary it can be. You know how dangerous it can get. How you can be around someone and they can be fine for like a second, and then half a second later, there's somebody else. They get that black-eyed rage. They get psychotic. You can lose your life in seconds in a DV situation. If you've been through it, you know. You do know. So when she started talking about it, I thought she was being for real. I didn't know she was lying. I thought, this is crazy. Is she around someone that's going to hurt her like that? But then the more she started talking, the more I'm like, wait a minute. This ain't adding up, because she's freely talking about this and she's not upset. And she keeps going back and forth to this person. Why would you go back around if they scare you? FFG reached out to Chantal because she's been through DV and she knows how dangerous it can get. She was in a very dangerous situation herself. So she tried to warn Chantal. For that reason, she wasn't looking at Chantal as somebody she reacts to. FFG was simply reacting as a woman looking at another woman who's in a DV situation and could potentially lose their life. So she reached out to her for that reason. And I understood why. Because I've been in a DV situation myself and it can get pretty fucking dangerous. And then what did Chantal do? Gave the phone to Natter. Spit on her advice. And then after that, all bets are off. But I understood FFG's reasoning. I understood why she did what she did. Like one woman trying to warn another woman, hey, you don't know how dangerous this can get. You have no idea how bad this can be. You're over there with this idea in your head of like, I'm a bad girl around a bad boy. And ooh, isn't this cool? It's not going to be cool if you get hurt. It's not going to be cool at all if you end up in the hospital, you dumb bitch. Or in a hospital, going to a casket. It's not going to be cool at all. And then Foodie did what she did.
Pathetic piece of crap. Really. I don't know how somebody can watch somebody going through such hell and just laugh at them. Like, it couldn't be me. Not like that. No. Not her about to be homeless. No, because you know what, Mistress Rebecca, that's the sad thing about Dee Dee. She can do whatever the fuck he wants to her, and she'll eat it up because her ex gave her several black eyes, and she doesn't give a fuck. She's like, yes, another, please. Here, hit me. Yeah, because you're a fucking low-life piece of shit.
Yeah, and what kind of a victim of DV talks like that? No one. If it's happened to you, you wouldn't talk this way about another woman. You would not wish those things upon them, no matter how much you hated them. I mean, Exhibit A, what just played. Another reason why I think she's a fake, phony victim. Didn't she give Natter the details and phone number? Yep, she did. She sure did. She sure did.
Animals that later on in this stream you're going to talk mad shit about my dogs.
Because you talk mad shit about my cats and how I take care of my cats. I don't talk mad shit about your dogs. I talk mad shit just like you do about your dog ownership. There's a difference. Again, you're not intelligent enough to differentiate the two. Just like people who, whenever I comment that a mother who's supposed to be responsible for raising a child with morals, anti-bullying morals, bullies somebody fat on the internet.
Woman, you have nothing to say about anybody's parenting or what it is to be a good parent, and a parent should do this and a parent should do that if you're over there exploiting children. You exploited a child with Down syndrome, a special needs child, for profit. And then you encourage Salada to exploit that child one more time, also for profit. You got nothing to say to anybody who's a parent about how they raise their child when this is the way you treat children. You are very quick to exploit children for money, use them for money.
Dust. I'm looking at you and Yaba. Yeah, that's not talking about kids. That's talking about your crappy how your upbringing skills. Because honestly, children learn bullying from their parents most of the time. Absolutely.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that you learn bullying from Shmi, or your biological father, or your stepfather? Because that's basically what you're saying. I mean, I have tinnitus in both ears, y'all, but did she just not just say that? She said kids normally learn bullying from the parents. So what explains you being the way that you are? Are you pointing a finger at your mom and your stepdad and saying, you're the reason I turned out this way? That's what it sounds like. You're saying that Shmi was a bully, or your stepdad was a bully, and that's why you're so rotten. You literally just said that.
Absolutely. You are like projecting your overweight insecurities onto me, and then peripherally your children are seeing this. That's pathetic. Trouble in paradise. Why? Because I defend myself against people talking about me online? So that means I'm not happy in my marriage? So what does that say about you? You have an entire channel dedicated to being miserable and hating on me every day. You're on a Saturday.
What do you care? What do you care what reactors do on their channels? Why do you care, Foodie? Hello, Justin, sorry. Hello, Justin. What do you care? What the reactors do, how they do it, what they say. Don't you have enough to do, Chantal? You have your YouTube channel. You have your Twitch channel. You have your Kick channel. You have your cameos. You have your private feeder content. Don't you have enough to do? I would think you'd be a very busy woman if you were making content for all those platforms. What do you care what we do over here? Like, you're just running around with a God complex, trying to tell us what to do on our channels. What do you care what we do? You shouldn't care at all. You'd be too busy to care.
Making fun of me. So where's your man? Where are you getting laid? You're not. So be quiet. I should do a poll. Who would you rather touch? Not that that matters, but that's sinking to her level. I know. I had to show Salah when I met him, like, he's like, this person talks so much about, like, bad about you. What does, like, this person look like? I'm like, so I showed him the picture, and his instinctive knee-jerk reaction was, what the fuck? Ew. Like,
she's so dumb. I'm sure Salah figured out real early how insecure she was, how jealous she was. So he knew whatever Foodie said, say the opposite. If she hates the reactors, and he's got to hate the reactors too. If she thinks that they are unattractive, then he's got to say that they're unattractive. He's just going along with whatever narrative she puts out there. Oh, ew, you're right. They are ugly. They are fat. They are unattractive. He's just basically telling her what she wants to hear, so she continues to give up the money. Yeah, fake love her for the cash. So like, yeah, whatever you say, Chantal, whatever. Give me my paycheck. Where's my thumbnail? He's not going to go against her and piss her off. She's the bank. And he likes to make those withdrawals. Yeah, he's a yes man. Yes, whatever you say. Yes. Whatever it is you got to say today. Yes. I'm not going to argue. Yes, as long as you pay me. Yes.
seriously, no, not like, because, like, she just looks miserable. Like, and she, like, these people are all haters. Like, all haters are this person. Miserable, projecting, miserable looking people. Oh, I see. Just to be negative. Not the shocking rhino. I feel bad for the rhino. I really did. Oh, I'm bored. How do you react to? How do you do this every day? Seriously, I am boring. What's there to react to? Seriously.
You know what I would love? I would love for someone to put Foodie in a room alone with just a TV, hook it up to YouTube, make a playlist of all her recent lives, and make her watch them one right after the other. Let's see if she could watch, just get through like at least 3 lives of hers without running out of the room screaming in boredom. I want her to watch her own content and tell the rest of us that it's not boring. She should have to watch her own stuff. Watch your own stuff and tell me if it's entertaining.
That's the spirit. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty.
I just want to bees and eat and do my vlogs. Her Aunt Phyllis needs to talk into some sense into. Listen, Linda. I'm a grown adult, okay? Maybe you still blame people for your actions at your age, which would make sense and explain your stunted emotional growth, or you need to grow up. You're in FFG's chat. So don't be talking to my Aunt Phyllis about anything, because you know what? You need to do better as well. Look.
Your Aunt Phyllis is a creep too. I always knew she was creepy, but when she did that video with you where she was treating you like a child, and obviously you guys were doing adult baby content, that really upped the level of creepy and icky to me. That your own family members were participating in fetish content and putting it on YouTube. That is crazy work. How much money did you give Aunt Phil for that? To do that video where she was treating you like a little girl and you were clapping your hands. Yay! What did she get out of that? How much money did she receive to participate in feeder content, adult baby content? Your family, man, I don't know about them. There's some nasty people up in there. They're nasty. All of them are nasty.
Who you're following, okay? Get a life. You need someone to talk sense into you. Go watch something else. Like, go watch the Care Bears. I'm a grown adult. My aunt is not responsible for my actions, all right? Oh my God, these people just deflect.
Aunt Bay seems as
Her Aunt Bay? Do you see how gross and bitter she sounds? I don't know how you people listen to this crap.
dumb and fucking empty between the ears as the rest of the goddamn family does.
Empty between the ears. That's rich coming from you. That's rich coming from you. You don't know anything about my family. Where's yours?
And by the way, Chantal, if this was you reacting to FFG, like all I've heard so far is just mainly insults. There are no points of interest. There's no information. There is no education. There is no, I've got a point to make, and here's my counterpoint to this person's point. It is not something worthy of discussion. All you're doing is basically being insulting. That's not a proper reaction. When you do a reaction, you have to give actual commentary. You not only have to have your opinions and your feelings, but there are points of interest of discussion. You don't know how to do that. That's why you suck at being a reactor.
They did a miserable job on you, I can tell you. The difference is you're sitting here bullying somebody every day and being disgusting and making fun of their fertility or whatever makes you feel better about your little self. Change the thumbnail to the tweet of FFG calling her ugly ex an evil hottie. I can DM it to you, Sala, on Twitter. Do it. Yeah. You make fun of me. Even to this day, you go back and watch my old video, my live streams about that. A time in my life that I'm leaving behind in the trash, just like you. After this, these reactions, you're going to be left in the trash. Hi, Maggie.
That's because you're scared. You're scared to go after the reactors. I'm going to call you out on your bullshit right now. You are scared to react to any reactor because you know any of us could read you under the floor with no problem. No matter who you go after, it's going to happen. You don't want to get into the ring.
So, but you literally, like, supposedly got, like, beat with a hammer, like, by your ex, and you still call him.
Bitch, don't talk about her trauma like that. You have no reason to talk about her trauma like that. How dare you?
Hot 2 years later, like, that's so messed up. So you're really projecting. You're projecting, absolutely.
But what happens in a family when all of them are black sheep? You can't have a
Oh,
black
making
sheep.
fun of my family. That's real nice. Phyllis is the idiot black sheep, just like her niece. Nice. So I have all these timestamps written down.
And don't think that I forgot about what you did afterwards, Foodie. Don't think that I fucking forgot about how you did a Halloween live or a Halloween video where you were making fun of FFG and her trauma by showing yourself with a ponytail and blood dripping off your forehead, bitch. I remember that too. So for someone who's supposed to be a DV victim, you were making fun of somebody else's fucking trauma. Make it into a video. Disgusting.
And it's going to be reported, because how is that criticism making fun of my family? Like, what? Okay.
You actually did look at it.
Oh, gossip is haram. Did I say I was Muslim? Did I say I'm fully converted to Muslim? What gives you the right to comment on, like, you don't know what my religious status is. You don't know why I'm dressed the way I do. So be quiet.
I would always try to find a balance and then talk about my weight and blah blah blah. I don't want to do that, but the thing is like I am doing a little change.
Where's that low BMI? Oh, let's talk about low BMI voice. FFG, you need a low BMI voice, honey. You need one. And I seen a video of you when you first started YouTube with your little purple eyeshadow and your 90s eyebrows and eyeliner, and you're talking in your low BMI voice. So please have several seats with that. Don't make me pull it up. You need a low BMI voice. Adopt one.
Well, Chantal, these days you have a high BMI voice.
Be more fit
But please don't adopt any more animals.
in some ways, anyways.
Super chat. Where's that low BMI voice? She fucking ate it.
Oh,
Someone has-
what a good insult. See,
No, no.
that's a real good comeback. She ate it. A grade 5 fat joke. And you say that I'm bad at reactions? This person is morbidly obese with a chin like a bullfrog making fun of me.
Ma'am, be careful. Have you seen yourself these days? What you're looking like? Foodie 2021, 2022, using an exercise ball. Foodie 2026, looking like she ate an exercise ball.
They're made in the kitchen.
Got it.
No, the thing is I don't know if they have like
We
different
make fun of
maybe-
each other? No, that's the thing, honey. I don't have a single video about FFG on my channel other than now. Like, the only time I've lost it sometimes and retorted back to her, but that's about it. That's it.
I just want to let you all know over there on fucking side ponytail. Don't talk about my fucking hair fibers, bitch, because you have a
Oh, by the way, this clip, I recognize this clip. This was when she went to Natter's place and she had given Natter FFG's phone number to get some points, I guess, with Natter. Like, I'm on your side, babe. I'm all for you, babe. I'm against the reaction channels, babe. Even though you're abusive to me. This was her like trying to get in good with Natter. She's at Natter's place here. Like agreeing with everything that Natter told her. Like, yeah. She was being the yes man to Natter. This was after FFG warned her and after she gave Natter FFG's phone number.
side ponytail. All right, thank you. That's all I'm going to say. So anyways, I'm here to rip her to shreds because honestly, she's a vile person. I've seen some really nasty shit she said about others. I have a question before I show you screenshots. Am I the one? I'm vile. Am I the one who started a fucking channel talking about her? I've seen some really nasty shit she said about me. like completely like talk like when I was talking about like sex and stuff like that. Like anyway, she's just fucking like calling me names and shit, and then like acting like she's like really concerned that I'm being beat and I'm gonna die. Which one is it, you fucking hypocrite? Are you gonna make fun of me and call me cokey and make fun of me, or are you gonna support me and warn me about my boyfriend? Which one is it? Anyways,
Well, two things can be true at once. You can look at somebody, and if they have problematic behavior, if they're a problematic person, yes, you can criticize that. But on a human level, that same person you criticize, that same person that is problematic, if you feel that person is in mortal danger, which that was the impression that Foodie was giving everybody back in the day, you can be concerned on a human level for another person. You don't have to know them. You don't have to love them. You don't have to be friends with them. But it's just part of your humanity on a human level to be concerned with somebody who might be in mortal danger and want to step in and help them. So that's what was going on here. Two things can be true at once. You can look at that person and go, you're a bitch. You're a real bitch. And you're mean. And you're nasty. And you're rotten. And you're gross. But it looks like you're in mortal danger. I need to warn you about it. Because I was in a similar situation. And it got dangerous. And it got nasty. And I don't want to see you end up dead. I may not like you, but I don't want to see you end up dead. And I feel like it's the right thing to do to reach out to you and warn you. That's what was going on here. Again, if you've been in a DV situation, you know how dangerous it can get. Where you literally see your life flash before your eyes. I've had it happen to me, so I understand.
when I talked to this person on the phone, it wasn't 2 hours. It was an hour, like an hour and 20 minutes. I have the timestamp, but anyways. Anyways, I just want to tell you right now, can you open this? She's actually like, I gave Dom her number to message her because, you know what? This is between them. Because you know why? She talks shit and makes up lies. He has 2 houses. He has a crack den. Cokey. That's real nice, drug shaming people. What else? So, yeah, all of you idiots in there right now listening to her lies, I won't show her phone number because I'm not going to do that. But this is the conversation. Can you see? All right, she's telling everyone over there, acting big and bad, that she told him to fuck off. Let's see any of that. And do any of you see anything about telling anybody to fuck off? Let's see. Take some screenshots. I'm not going to, basically just telling her to, not spread lies that could potentially, I don't know. It's not, upside down, but...
So he's an abusive person. Did you hear that in the background? He's right there in the room. He's directly behind Chantal. She's not scared, is she? He's right there in the room. He supposedly was an abusive person. He hit her so hard that she saw stars. Then later on, she claimed that if a man raises his hand to her, she cringes. She never cringed. But he's directly behind her and she is not scared. No fear. That she's got her back turned to him. Let me tell y'all something. If you live with an abusive person, you got an abusive person with you, you don't turn your fucking back to them. You keep your eyes on them because you don't know what they're going to do. You won't even go into a room where that you can't get out of. If there's no window, there's no door, you don't go in that fucking room. You stay somewhere where there's an exit. Yet she's there in that room with him with her back to him. Not a problem.
I'm sure people will screenshot it and look for the fuck you. There's no fuck you. Never said it. Here's some news for you. Yes, I've opened up about him and talked about things I probably shouldn't have talked about. However, oh shit, that's her number. I showed her number. I'm so sorry. I actually showed her number. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I showed her number. Block her number. How do I do that? Okay, I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna delete this. Okay. Anyways.
Like, you have to try Grace Day. It's so good. And he's right.
So you're like, what? I paid him to be with me even after the abuse. So,
You did. When it was over, later on, he came forward and he said that you offered Natter $2,000 just to hang out with him so that he would continue to cook for you and see you. You offered him $2,000 a month. This supposed abuser. Hey, abuser, you want to keep it going? I'll pay you $2,000 a month. And he turned it down. Imagine that. Someone like Natter who loves money. What would it take for him to say no to $2,000? You must have been just that fucking crazy. Just that problematic that he's going to turn down $2,000 a month. I don't know what happened between you two exactly, but it must have been bad for him to turn down money because he loves money as much as you do.
Okay, you're gonna shame every woman who it takes 8 average times to leave an abuser. Okay, nice.
I'm so sick of that. She tries to use that. I know she's live, y'all, and I do thank you for telling me. I know she's live, but knowing Foodie, she's not doing anything that we're interested in. Let me guess. She's eating, isn't she? She's eating. She's stuffing her maw. She's screeching. She's catering to Nina and Ryder. We've seen that before. If she's not raging, I'm not interested. If she's not mad or sad, I'm not interested. If she's just sitting there getting high, I'm not interested. She's lying down eating. Okay, skip that. Skip it. What's the point? Y'all don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. She can keep that over there. She just got started. Well, if something happens, y'all let me know and we'll switch over. We don't need to see that, do we? Does anybody want to see that? Because I don't. She put out a mukbang video. If we want to see her eat, I can watch that, but I'd rather not. Because in the mukbang, she was eating and talking about her health journey. Health journey. Lack of health journey. Yeah, we can go without that. We can go all the way without it.
What about your queen here, who after being through hell in a DV relationship, supposedly or whatever, calls him hot 2 years later?
And you know what? What was my point that I was going to make? I remember she tries to use that. It takes 8 out of 10 times for DV victims to leave their abusers. Bitch, do you know why? Do you know why? I can tell you why. Because those people that you're talking about, they have nowhere else to go. They have no friends or they have no family. They have no money. They have no resources. They have no help. They're stuck. Or maybe worse, they may have children and they're concerned about where am I going to take my kids and me? That is why. They have no way out. And they might also be terrified that if they find a place to go, if their abuser is going to hunt them down and hurt them or kill them. So as much as you are getting hurt in a relationship like that, you're afraid of how much worse it's going to be if you try to get out. You didn't have that situation going on. You had your own home. You had your own income. You went to him every time you wanted to see him. He did not go to you. You could have cut him off anytime you wanted. Just blocked his phone number, stopped the payments, and done. You were not in a situation where you were running for your life. You chose to be with him each and every time. So your situation was a hell of a lot different than most people who are involved in DV. You can't speak from that point of view. You just can't.
And you have the nerve to talk about me. Get away.
Was the rice good? Oh, it was adorable. I didn't feel good today. Honestly, well, we were so hungry. Like,
You'll never show us your chins? None of you greasy people will ever see another part of my body ever again, except for this face. Stubby fingers. So,
Well, you broke that promise. We've seen more of your body since now. You've shown shots of your fupa, your butt. We got the butt crack. I mean, we've seen a little bit of everything. I don't want to see it. I'd rather not see it. But you're making a point to show yourself off, despite the fact that you're wearing an abaya and a hijab. Yeah, we've seen too much. We've seen far too much. I don't want to see any more. Thanks.
Sorry.
Oh, here we go.
Not
Let her be
clever.
honest and say the rice was fucking and now I'm not allowed
Oh,
to
now
cook
she's being racist. I love these timestamps I have written down to report you
it anymore.
after I make some money off of you.
Oh, by the way, hold on. Rose, remember she met Koki in the fetish section of Plenty of Fish. Anything rough between them was consensual. Is there proof of that? That she met him in the fetish section of Plenty of Fish, or is that just a speculation? Is there proof that she contacted him on Plenty of Fish? I don't know how and where she met Natter. I do know for fact that he was on a swinger site. Now, that profile was revealed early into her seeing him, that he was on a fetish site. What Foodie said it? Oh, okay. All right then. So she was on Plenty of Fish, was she? And she was in the fetish section? Well, that explains a lot. I wonder what fetishes she had listed to get his attention. I would love to see that profile. Love to. I've always thought that, she had profiles in different places, and just to widen the spread of the net, she advertised herself as an anything goes kind of gal in order to get more men looking at her. And then she got in touch with him. And I think she lied to him, saying that she's down for anything, anywhere, anytime, anybody, any group of people. And he's into that. So he started talking to her. And then they started talking. And then when he basically called her on her bullshit and said, hey, you want to get down like that? I got numbers on speed dial. You want a group of people? I can bring a group of people. That's when she said, no, I'm good, but I want to keep seeing you. Here's some money. Since she was not into that group activity, that swinger stuff, she had to offer up something else of interest, and the thing of interest was money. She used the whole anything goes kind of gal image as a way to get his attention. Are we sure there's a section on there? I don't know. I'm not on Plenty of Fish, to be honest. I know it's like a dating hookup site. That much I do know about Plenty of Fish, but I'm not on there to know. I don't go on single dating sites. I just don't. I was curious once and I looked at them and I'm like, nah, not for me. I don't want to get barraged with penis pictures and guys wanting hookups. I'm not built like that.
I'm going to report you to hell. You look like you've never touched a salad either, so just be quiet. The thing is, she had an Arabic boyfriend, so she's being racist on his name.
No, not Plenty of Manatees. You ain't right for that. You are not right for the Plenty of Manatees. How dare you? Well, you know what? It's appropriate that she's on Plenty of Fish with the Barracuda. Appropriate. If her vajayjay smells like Barracuda, Plenty of Fish is perfect for Foodie.
Like a dumb brain dead idiot. And her comebacks are better and they're clever. Really. Ham salad is clever. Oh, how funny. Pathetic moron. Like amoeba brain. And when I met her at the fashion show, she smelled like an ashtray and like she sprayed Febreze on her crotch area and ran out the door.
No, she didn't. No, I'm sure that was you. Seriously doubt that happens. Spraying Febreze on the crotch area. That's stupid of her to say. She knows that didn't happen. That's something that she does. As if FFG would run around with a bottle of Febreze and spray it on her crotch. That's something that you do, Foodie. You're mixing up your stories. You're talking about yourself and you're projecting on another person.
That's what she's.
Girl, you were over there carrying the entire Vagisil aisle in your purse. We remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. You would buy out the whole aisle of Vagisil products and carry them in your purse when you went to go see Natter. And even then, he told you to take a shower when you showed up. Should you really be talking about somebody else's hygiene when you were keeping Vagisil in business?
Not like. And she has the nerve to come for me and talk about how,
nobody asked. That's a good point. Walks
she
off.
literally said I smell good at the fashion show, and then she's gonna comment on my smell later as if she's there. Like, I know you want to be here sniffing me. You're creepy.
Asked, like, this trough and a plastic
A trough.
cover.
A trough has a hole. The plastic cover, again, learn something, you racist idiot. Like, or you ignorant idiot. Not racist, but ignorant in this case. Culturally ignorant. You buy rolls of plastic at every grocery store here, every co-op. It's customary for people to cover their tables or put it on the ground or whatever. We do this every time, almost every time we eat. Okay, yeah, got it now? I educated you on something in your little brain. You'll need to make room or it's going to start smelling.
Hey, Chantal, I've got a question about your feeder content. So have you done the funnel content yet? Have any of your feeders requested funneling? I bet they have, because that's really popular in the feeder world. Funneling food. I bet you've done the funnel content. It's somewhere. I bet you've done it.
Like burnt rubber.
So that
Sorry, guys.
pick up his furniture.
She started as a she wanted to be inspired by Amber Lynn and I. Well, you did, because I guess you're pretty much our size now. And it's sad that people have used us as prototypes of what not to become. I'm very, like, you should want to become like honestly, I don't know, like, are people just bothered by the confidence or what? Like, I'm not ashamed of my weight. So, like, again, think I'm 800 pounds all you want. I don't care.
Like, even some restaurants you can go, I'm gonna go. Would you guys want to see like a Colombian restaurant?
Chantal, if you were so confident about your weight, why is it that when you put on the hijab and you put on the abaya, you put the edge of it right near your eyebrows? You're practically covering your entire face, and you make a point to cover up all your chins. You're as covered up as you can be. Why do you make a point to hide yourself if you're so confident?
I definitely would, but only if you film yourself getting down. You want to call this?
More than you're doing with your life. What are you doing? Where's your vlogs? We have a literal couples channel full of videos of us doing things almost every day, but you're picking on me eating dinner at night on a live stream, which is work. How about you find your own job and your own content to make money off of? Like, you have some nerve talking that crap when you literally ride my coattails and react to my boring content.
Chantal, I will never forget the video that you did at the restaurant. You remember where you went to a restaurant, you picked a private booth, you literally stretched out in the booth sideways, and you were basically just shoveling food in your mouth. Are you going to sit there and tell me that wasn't feeder content? Because it was. You had a whole bunch of food in front of you, and you were sitting there stretched out and just shoveling the food in your mouth. You were doing feeder content then too.
Oh my God.
Wait, I don't speak Arabic. You don't.
Koki's trap looks like the Ritz now. No, Marvin, because unlike you, I'm not a shallow loser. Like, where's your house? What, your background here? What is this? Like, seriously, where's your house? Like, people are like condoning house shaming. Like, where's FFG's house? I want to see it. I want to see her own apartment. And not.
Let's see your house. Pick up your phone, take your camera phone, and walk through the entire house, every room, not just the living room. Show us the bedroom. I want to see the bedroom. Show us the bedroom. What does it look like? I bet there's stuff all over the place. I bet when your mom came to clean, you did not let her in the bedroom because you knew how nasty it was. And what about that spare room? Is it full of garbage? Chantal, you like to shame people for where they live. But I would rather have a tiny place that's clean than an apartment that's full of disgusting shit. Moldy pots, garbage, smelling and stinking all over the place. You even said yourself the cloud couch had stains all over it. I don't know what possessed you to get a beige couch and you knowing how messy you are, but you got one and it's disgusting and it's ruined and you're not cleaning it up. So if your couch looks like that, what does your bed look like? You got poo stains all over the sheets and the blankets. Is that why you didn't let mom all up in there?
I just thought, like, you're saying that an abuser's house is better than being safe and sound in a clean apartment in the Middle East with my husband. Okay, no brain. Why is a man even involved in this bitch drama anyway? Like, sorry for lack of a better term, but I don't get it.
In Arabic, lunatic.
Lunatic.
I'm not in the mood for this.
I'm a lunatic. You showed up at my.
I did hear that her aunt had sheets for her the other day. Maybe the aunt wanted to change the sheets on her bed. I don't think Chantal let her back there to do that just because she knew how bad it was. She didn't want the family to see like just how nasty it was. It was really, really nasty.
Fashion show. You're a stalker. You're literally riding my coattails every day. You have 4 channels about me, and I'm doing 1 stream, and I'm a lunatic. Right. Okay.
Knowing what's coming, I said, come on. Come on, just come out with it already. God, bitch. I want to just fucking unlock.
Oh, shut up and stop threatening to report me to the nationals and just effing do it already.
Oh, no, you changed. Fucking waiting to go on.
Waiting to be beaten up by the Saudis, too. Go ahead. T and Sass threatened. I'm gonna get my Saudi Arabian sons after you. Are you now? Go shove a tea and biscuit up your behind. Thank you. Goodbye.
I'm sitting here. Ooh.
I have a headache.
By the way, like I haven't checked on Foodie's current stream. Let me guess. She's still eating and she's still sealing. Is that right? Because if she were raging, y'all would let me know. I bet she's not doing much of anything, is she? Just being her boring fucking self.
Yeah, I create content, whether that's me sitting on a chair eating. If people are watching me and I'm getting paid for it, that's content. I have a whole other channel where I'm making vlogs and I get decent views on that. That's content, all right? I don't have to cut people down and be a loser wannabe to get anything in life. I can be myself, and that makes you mad. You can't. You tried. You've done mukbangs. You do driving vlogs. You try to be Amberlynn and I, and you can't. Stay mad and bitter.
Nobody wants to be you and Amberlynn. Isn't it amazing how much things have changed since she did this stream? Like, then Amberlynn Reed had her channel, was making money. Now look at Amberlynn. The only thing that Amberlynn can do is cameos to make money. And then think about Foodie. She was making content for her channels, and now she's e-begging. My, how the mighty have fallen.
Because your time is coming, honey. Like I said, you've peaked already.
Nah.
No, I'm not going to regret anything, Amy. Regret what? Sticking up for myself? She's going to regret this. Watch. Because karma comes for people.
It must be. You don't have a manager like that. Shut the fuck up with your.
I literally posted the email being accepted into the YouTube manager program. She's so jealous.
Non-existent.
Can I give a word about the YouTube manager thing? just a word. Having a YouTube manager, you don't talk to an actual person. You don't have like your own personal manager. It's basically AI. Foodie's trying to use that as a bragging point. She's not getting any kind of special treatment like she thinks she is.
YouTube manager. Bitch, you have the same kind of manager that I have been blowing off for 6 fucking months.
No, because she's a liar. Here you go. I can prove that. They don't ask you to be in the YouTube partner program. Let's see the email then. Let's see it. I need proof or it didn't happen. I showed the email on my community post of her, of the being accepted into the you have to apply to it. They send you an email and then you have to apply and they accept you or not. They don't just come after you and go, hey, do you want a manager? Yeah, they're going to ask a bully on YouTube if they want a manager. What do you need help improving with your...
Congratulations, Chantal. You have a YouTube manager. You now get to talk to AI Amy, who will give you automated responses. Good for you.
Content, FFG, when you have none of your own. Let's help you grow your audience. Yeah, right. Delusional. Idiot. A+. FFG is watching and saying she would never do a mukbang. Yes, because it would only get 800 views like her vlogs. Who cares if she would never do a mukbang? Is that what she's holding over me, that I eat on camera? So what? Everyone does. Why? Because I'm fat? Who cares? This is a you problem. Like, I love that term from Negs and DC. That's a you problem. You are psychologically messed up in the head and you're projecting it onto me, and I'm tired of it. And I'm going to press charges on your ass for harassment, and I'm going to report your channel. Plain and simple.
And you never did.
Give an answer to each. First of all, I don't think one of her couples channel's videos has even hit 10K views.
It's literally okay, but your Frenchie 2 channel hasn't reached 10K views either. And
look at her pocket watching. So not only is she paying attention to FFG's main channel, but her second channel as well. Tell me she doesn't pocket watch. For Miss I am so busy and I've got so much to do, she's keeping an eye on everybody in the community, how many channels they have, how many views they're getting, how much money they're making. But why? She should be quite busy making her own money. Why is she paying attention to everybody else's money? Why does she even care?
of your own videos, I'd like to see reach 10K views. That's pretty good for a new channel, guys. He and I just started this channel. Yeah, it was the Beezer show before. Doesn't matter. It was still a channel I built on myself, and people were free to leave when they saw the content change. So it's not the same. Like, cutting down my views now. You would have none without me. Do you not get that? Let's test it. You won't vlog your life or show your dirty bedroom or show your whole body or even show your face because you're a coward. You're a coward. Textbook bully coward. You better save those super chats because you won't have a channel very long. I can guarantee it. If not from me reporting you, just like I said, you've peaked. You've had the same amount of subscribers forever. Nobody cares about you as a person, and I know that makes you mad.
She's right. That's me.
This is the first actual whole stream I've ever sat through. Ever.
So what?
Which is why I haven't reported her yet.
See, and that's another thing. I'm glad that she just said that. Because an important point. Chantal hates the reaction channels. She hates the fact that we do reacts to her. And yet, talking about the reaction channels is nearly half her content. When she needs something to go off on, when she needs something to talk about, she always defaults to talk about the reaction channels. How many times has she brought up FFG or Yaba or garlic bread? How many times? That's her go-to. When she's mad at somebody, when she's mad at Salah, when she's mad at Natter, when she's mad at life, when she's mad in general, or she needs content, she'll talk about the reaction channels in a stream. She'll go off on them. She'll put them down. She'll criticize them. That is more than half her content. So without Girl World being around, she wouldn't have that content. She would have no one to talk about.
Because to report her long form way, because YouTube just doesn't give a shit about anything, I guess. They like platforming bullies. You have to like go through a whole stream and like put timestamps. And
as far as that goes, Spleen, There should be another reaction channel blackout period. She would freak out if everyone stopped reacting for a week or two. Here's the thing. A lot of people said all the channels should do a blackout period. This is why it's impossible, because we're not just talking about 5 or 6 channels. I don't know how many channels there are that react to Foodie. I mean, I haven't counted, but there are quite a few. Trying to coordinate everybody to not reacting to Foodie, that'd be pretty difficult. There might be a few that might get in on the blackout, but there's going to be others that do not. That's why it's impossible, because there's a big community. There's a lot of channels, and a lot of people go to the channels to watch the content. So even if you said, nope, I'm not reacting to this, there'll be others that do. The only exception to that was the whole situation with Sasa. If you noticed, nobody reacted to that. Or if they did, they didn't show Sasa on camera. They just reacted to the chat. Everybody was in unison on that. We're not reacting to that. We're not showing that baby on camera. No. We're not going to react to any content involving children. That was kind of a blackout period.
Who said FFG is athletic because she wears Adidas?
Like, he basically,
I have all those timestamps because this is not criticism. Bitch, shithead, making fun of my aunt. These are all bullying. This is not criticism. This is not constructive. This is nothing of the sort whatsoever. And you lunatic. Like, are you gonna hawk a belugi or what? Like, jealous of what? Jealous of everything. Everything. It's easier to name things like you're jealous of everything about me. Like everything. Everything. My relationship, my marriage, how I look, my confidence, the fact that I don't hate myself because I'm overweight. Like, you're jealous of everything. The fashion show, everything. Like, you would not be following me for 2 years, covering me every single day. Like, if I had to look at your face every day for my content, I would know. I would want to unalive myself. There's no way I could do it. So you must be jealous. I don't know what your problem is. I'm not a psychologist, and I don't pretend to be an expert like you do. And the proof is, if you look at how I was, like, she reviewed, it was very, I'm going to play it for you guys tomorrow. There's one more stream I want to react to. She was reviewing an old stream of mine, okay? And it was when I was at a low point in my life, and I didn't even realize it. And at the time, honestly, when I look at it now, it's like, that's how I look to people. That's how I looked to people. Like, I just want to cry just even think, when I can't watch my old streams when I went through that with, you know what, I can't, like, I was like,
you know what, Chantal, here's the amazing thing about you. You're like, oh, I went through an abusive period in my life and I can't watch those streams anymore. And yet you don't have the same attitude about you having a food issue and you're doing addiction content. You'll continue to do the food addiction content, stuff yourself stupid, cater to the feeders. You don't look at that and go, wow, what am I doing to myself? Look how much bigger I've gotten over the last few years. Look at my mobility back then versus now. Like, that's not a wake-up call. That should be a wake-up call. But it's not. You won't watch your old videos back then when you were taking walks with yourself and you could walk and you didn't need assistance. You could go where you wanted to go. And now you can't go anywhere and you can't do anything without the damn scooter.
I had no respect for myself. Like, I don't know. I had to be high all the time. I was like, oh, that F and this and that. Like, I was just letting people treat me like shit. No, never again. Mm-mm. If there's anything I'm grateful for, honestly, it's like God brought me somebody who treats me like the proof is in how I act. Like, I'm not crying. I'm not high. I don't have to hide my feet. I don't have to suppress.
And look at her now. What content is she doing these days? She lives alone in that apartment. She's got no obligations. She doesn't have to take care of children or husband. She can do precisely what she wants to do. She's got nothing to worry about but herself. And yet she's falling apart, isn't she? Like, she cannot handle adulting. She can't handle living alone and taking care of herself and doing the normal things that people like me do every day with no issue. Like, if she's with somebody, she falls apart. If she's alone, she falls apart faster. And she uses the excuse of, like, look what you made me do. You're not here to take care of me. That's why I'm getting sicker. She'll put her own irresponsibility on somebody else's shoulders. Like, I'm an adult and I should take care of myself, but I'm not. But it's somebody else is to blame. Like, it's everybody else's fault.
Anything in my life, I can just live and be, you know? It's so different. FFG is doing fake rage. It's a character for clout. Does it really bother you? Yeah, it does. Because that fake rage or whatever is causing people to harass me over dumb things that aren't true. Yes, absolutely. And it's hypocrisy, for sure. And it's bullying. It's intrusive. Would you like that done to you? No, you would cry. Even she would cry if that was done to her. She can't handle it. She cannot handle what I've been through, what she's put me through.
Ma'am, don't even. Don't even. Do not compare yourself to an actual DV victim who's went through tremendous trauma. Don't even. You don't know what that's like. You've never had that experience, as much as in a sick way you want that experience just for no other reason, for bragging rights. You want to brag about it. Although real victims don't talk about those things normally. Don't compare yourself to someone who's been through actual scary trauma, life-threatening trauma. You don't have that point of view.
She's basically another natturd because she's abusive online. And she's a piece of crap too. And honestly, she could not handle what she put me through. I've heard people say you have demons that you'll never get away from in the past. Yes, I will. You can keep digging them up, making Instagram accounts about me with my old photos, all you want. My husband loves me anyways. He knows about my past. If you know, like, I don't live in my past anymore. So, yeah. Like, you're literally telling people that they can't change and that they can never escape their past. Who are you to say that? I've already escaped it. I don't care, and I'm not ashamed of it. I don't want to fully escape it. I'm not trying to change every little thing about myself. I am trying to do better about myself. There's things, yes, that were absolutely necessary to change. And you can rub it in all you want, but it doesn't affect me. That's one thing I have control over that you'll never take from me. Ever. Amen. Your stupid failure of a mother comment.
Fucking failure of a mother and the rest of the...
My mother's not a failure. She's actually worked very hard her whole life to support me alone because I had an alcoholic father. She's gone to college as a single mother. And your mother's failed you a lot more, honey. I don't think you have a mother in your life. I'm sorry. If you're doing this with your life, cutting people down on the internet, you are sad, sad, sad. And you're honestly, I would be ashamed to have you as a daughter. You can't.
You know, she wants us to say that we're all jealous of her. I would like to present some evidence of why we're not jealous of her. Y'all want to see? I'm going to go straight to Instagram. There is an account on Instagram called Foodie_beauties_side_profile. Y'all want to see why we're not jealous of her? I'm going to see some pictures of Miss Foodie. Some shots over the years. Let's see. All right. Should we be jealous of that? Should we be jealous of that? Or maybe this right here. Or maybe this. Or maybe this. When she nearly lit herself on fire because she's an idiot. Or that. Maybe this is the one. Or this right here. That looks uncomfortable. Her in the waiting room. Wow. What a difference, huh? Look, this was her in Kuwait. This was her side profile. Now look at it. Holy shit. Bro. From here to here. I'm still looking for something to be jealous of. I'm still looking. I'm not seeing anything yet. Holy moly, that head. And this was when I was talking about earlier when she went to the restaurant and she stretched out in a booth and she was basically stuffing herself for feeder content. This was a shot from that video. And I'm like, yep, this is feeder content she's doing. Straight up. Oh, God. That's love. There's a, can you feel the love, chat? Can you feel it? Can you feel the love just coming through the screen? Are y'all feeling jealous right now? Can you feel the love tonight? Like, I love where he has his hands. He's got one hand on the back of her head and one on her stomach. One hand on the back of her head and one on her damn stomach. Lord have mercy. Crackhead Olympics. There you go. For those who weren't around during Crackhead Olympics, you want to know what we were looking at every night? Exhibit A. There it is. That's how she would come on camera for YouTube. Just in her bra, maybe if you're lucky, a pair of pants. If not lucky, in her underwear. We saw everything. We were getting OnlyFans content on YouTube. Boy, she was a mess. The size of her fucking head. Oh. Well, that picture is appropriate. I won't tell you what that looks like, but you can guess. That's appropriate. Lord have mercy. Chantal's going to get mad me showing all these pictures, and that's exactly why I'm doing it. I'm just doing it to piss her off. So that's it, y'all, as far as that goes. Y'all want to take a peek at her current profile and her current live stream? Let's just go on over there. I got it pulled up already through Gucci. What's Big Bitch doing? And big shout out to Chantal Gucci. Let's see what Big Bitch is up to.
She's beautiful. Thank you. Oh yeah, sure. Take your time, teardrop. Alien, thank you, Alien. I'll turn it on for her a little bit. Wait, I'll move it over here. There you go. It's water, baby. She's so cute. Did you hear her go? Hey, Marsha.
This is what we were missing while we are doing the retro react. Do y'all understand why I did the retro react first? Doesn't look like we were missing much. She's sitting in her kitchen again.
A croffle? Yogurt, 2%. BG. It is very high, the temperature. I'm a nesting doll. Every time I lose weight, it's gonna be like that, yes. Okay, is this still good? It's been a few days. Oh yeah. Good. Okay. So we have spinach. It's wilted, but it needs to be anyways. We got spinach here. Doesn't look too bad, eh, the spinach? I have a dirty pot here. I just gotta soak it. I'm gonna spray it with
That's her new place to put dirty pots, is inside the stove. She's taking all the dirty pots and putting them inside the stove in the oven. Instead of washing them and putting them away, that's her new storage unit for anything dirty. Like, instead of putting them in the sink and just taking a few minutes to wash them out and then put them away, she's putting the dirty pots in the fucking stove. I can't with her. Putting nasty, dirty pots in the oven.
power wash. And we're gonna prepare. Let me check. Oh. Do I have ginger? Oh no. I don't have. Oh yeah, I do. Yay! I have ginger, bro. All right.
Yes, this is her current live trauma queen. So I believe her mother bought her a new outfit. Mom came over, cleaned the house, brought Cutie a new outfit, maybe because she didn't want Foodie to go to the doctor's office in a dirty, stinky outfit. So she got her some new clothes to cut down the smell. Took her out to have a meal. Like, she got all kinds of benefits yesterday. Foodie got her house clean. She got a new outfit. She got carted around town, and she got lunch. Mom took off work to do all that for her. So she's wearing the same clothes.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Onion powder, I like in it. BG. This is the main ingredient.
Look at that. So just scooting from one side of the sink over to the counter. And she's like, and you want us to believe that you're a badass and you'd beat somebody up? Okay. All right, Foodie. You can't even get out of a chair without being out of breath.
Garam masala. Paneer, palak paneer with the spinach. Sag is actually a different herb. So, okay. First things first, we're going to prepare.
What's the matter, Foodie? Nobody's sending you money for feeder requests today? So you're having to go into the fridge and pull out food that you actually cook? I'm looking at her chat. I don't see Nina up in there. And I don't see Ryder up in there. So I guess she has to cook today. Her feeders aren't there to give her money so she can buy takeout.
You have that spice? Where did my... Oh, hello! Why are you so cute? Why? Oh no, she sees the... The bowl is making us... What you? Look. Look at...
For those that are wondering what BG is doing, she's doing something called chattering or chittering. Cats do that when they see something like birds or bugs and they're wanting to hunt it. Like the cats still have their, hardwired hunter instincts. So if they see something outside of a window or in the house and they're wanting to hunt it, like they start like their jaw just starts going off because they're preparing to pounce on it.
Get a life, you freak of nature! She's cute, eh? Bijie! Look, Bijie!
I'm going to go back to the screen a little bit because what did she do here?
Happy Juneteenth. What is Juneteenth again? It celebrates the Emancipation Day. Homemade pizza. Hi, dear lover. Hi, Shauna Marie. I don't know how to do a poll on here. Thank you, Manic Cycles. Recipes. Who got them? Welcome, new Beezers. Thank you, Manic Cycles. That's gone. I don't know what that was. I couldn't see it. Hey, Situational Blue Cheese. How you doing?
Okay, you know what, guys? I'm losing my will to live listening to her. She's boring. I'm going to go. She's not doing anything. If something happens and she starts raging, we'll react to that later. It's stuff that I got to do. And I'm not going to sit here for like 2 or 3 hours waiting for her to do something of interest, like, get up and walk or go touch grass. So I'm going to end it here. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the live stream. And if there's something going on, we'll cover it later. But I'm not going to sit here and fall asleep in my chair. I could do that in bed easily. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream. And I'm going to go. Y'all have a good day. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you.